lost in the pouring rain. I had a plan. I had a future there beside me. Every night you were there to guide me. You felt like home, but now I don't belong. I don't belong now, baby. Our love was real, but now it's just a ghost of a memory. We had our thing, but then you go and cut me so deep. Ooh, child, you're just a ghost of a memory. You took my heart, you took the better part of me. I don't belong now, baby. You took the better part of me. You took it all from me, baby. You took it all from me.
Hey now, what's up everybody? You know, usually I like to start the show very positively with a positive message, uplifting message to end the weekend on a good note, but sadly today we have to start on a different note. Last week, as you know, someone really let you down, right? Someone had promised something and they let you down in a huge way. And, well, he's came back this week, though, to apologize for that, and he's made a promise to change his ways. Atlus, any words for the audience? Go ahead.
ALT, I can't hear you. Sorry.
I'll stay
I
it
was
all
shooting
again.
a really funny monologue or something, but I missed it all.
Usually I like to start the show on a positive message, and it's you know, it's all uplifting for the weekend. But last week something happened that doesn't allow me to do that. My ability to start the show positively has been taken from me, from the actions
What
of one
happened?
person.
What happened?
Well, unfortunately, someone had previously promised something to the audience, did not deliver on that promise, and left us all hanging for over 4 hours, 4.5 hours actually. But luckily he's came back this week and he wants to say something. So go ahead. You prepared a statement. Go ahead.
I'm not even sure what this bit is. When was I never show up late?
We
am
last
I on
week.
the wrong day or something?
No, we showed last week when you left. He did not
Right.
receive a tip, brother. The rest of the
No
night.
shit. You know, I was gonna ask. Was that the tipless night?
Yes,
For real?
It was
Oh
the
my
tipless
God.
night. I was there the whole time. I stayed the
You're an
entire time.
animal.
Atlas doesn't even care. Hear that?
I didn't
Listen to
check
this.
in. I didn't even look.
Damn. Sorry. I know, audience, you're feeling betrayed right now from one of your heroes. But that's what happens sometimes. Never meet your heroes, they say. And that's very true in this case.
I met ALT and it was over. Anyway.
But in this case, today I really don't think that's going to be the case. We do have Minecraft, so we do have some things that people will suggest. But Atlas promised he won't do that today. But unless he does do it today, because who knows? But anyways,
No, I got it.
we're here to be more serious. We're here to get back on track here in a very positive way, and we're going to get right back into the questions. I did hear today, I don't know if you saw, there was on Twitter, that seemed the scuttlebutt's all about Philip calling his audience, someone called his audience special or something. Was that the case? I didn't see it myself.
There was a whole bit about somebody did call his audience, or they implicated that they get their SSI, classic denthead meme. It was two people. I think one of them was Jamal or something along the lines of that. They were banned. They were doing the smoking Pepes, as he calls it in the chat.
Yes.
Which,
Sure.
Smoking Pepes. We love them. There was a whole tizzy about it, and then he said, well, what if they do? That's a very mean thing to say. I would never say that. That's sick, which he does do all of the time to detractors, but it's besides the point. Who even cares? It doesn't matter.
Interesting. Okay, well, definitely, I'm sure there's a lot of clips for that. We'll watch that tomorrow, my friends, on the pre-stream. But today, we go back in time to October of 2014. We have moved into our Washington household, and we just finished talking about WWE Champion Sim matches, which we did play last week. We can move on right past that one and see how far as we get until we start Minecraft today, and then we will hopefully get out of here early tonight, because last week was ridiculous. But let's get right to it. First question of the day. Come on!
Probably, because it's a new game, the graphics are going to probably be out of control. From what I've seen, the graphics look insanely realistic for a lot of the characters, and I'm really interested to see how they've improved the game engine so that during
double, probably.
Yeah, probably.
matches, what does it look like? Does it look any better, etc.?
Okay.
However,
oh my God, I don't care about this question already.
I don't know if people are going to want to watch solo commentary pay-per-view sims. I think that some of the charm
that's what we were talking
of what we used
about.
to do is that we had the co-commentary.
Well, people want solo commentary sim wrestling matches.
It was me and John both kind of playing off of each other in a
Didn't
lot of these
even want
situations, and
solo
our
smart
reactions to
guys.
the
You think
crazy
you're
stuff
getting through
happening
the wrestling sim? Oh my God.
was a lot of the charm of that content. And only having one person
the
here
sexual tension was the real charm.
to do the commentary might take a lot away
How
from
could you
it.
resist?
So really what I'm going to say is this. I'm going to leave it to you to give me your opinions.
Please.
Is there enough interest out there
Need your
that people want to
feedback.
see me continue to do pay-per-view simulations by myself?
Oh my God, look at the questions. Look at that bottom question. It is miles long.
Holy shit.
How are we taking these questions?
Or do you think it's pretty much
word
done
count,
now
like
that John
limit?
is
Oh my
not
God.
1,000 words minimum?
Yeah.
content? And what do you think? Because I'll be honest, I love
don't care.
wrestling.
Okay.
Even though I haven't been watching it actively, I started watching it a little bit and getting back into it these past few weeks. And I have not done Smart Guys, but I'm still kind of in the know on what's going on with pro wrestling. And I think with a new game, it could reinvigorate everything, and people might be interested to see it.
Could reinvigorate.
But I don't know if you guys are going to say, well, it's not the same without John, and now we don't really want
I need your buy-in,
So it's
is what I'm saying.
Yes. Even though
That's what he's
John's not
He's looking
here.
for the buy-in.
It really is.
Remember,
It's up
we're in peak ghosting from John Rambo at this point, so we're really missing him right now.
to you, the viewer, to let me know. And, basically just let me know in the comments of this video or on Twitter. And based off of your feedback, when the game comes out, I'll see if possibly, maybe in January we do the Royal Rumble sim, and that's the Sims for 2015 begin, and we see how it...
That was just Royal Rumble, wasn't it?
Possibly, maybe in January we do the Royal Rumble sim, and that's
Royal Rumble.
the Sims for 2015 begin, and we see how it goes. Or I could just say I'll forego it, all right? Let me know what you guys think, okay?
Big ups Redneck Preppy. Said, say my name. I will. The Redneck Preppy. Now you can go. Hopefully that was an edging situation. Big Guy says, don't forget this is part of Phil's master plan to make John Rambo respond to him. Yes, we learned that this week, that it was all part of a plan to get John Rambo to respond in one way or the other because we were depressed and had to get an answer, even if it was John Rambo hating us. That's what he said.
We're desperate for our lover. You need the contact, even if it's negative. That's the kind of relationship we're in here.
Yes, that's what we did with John Rambo.
All right. Next question is from Anthony,
Thank God.
77FX, and he
Thanks
says,
fuck for that.
Hey DSP, during these past few years of watching your
DSP.
content, I've noticed that you love watching TV shows such as The Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, and I'm actually thinking of working on my own TV show in the future with a few of my
Bunch
friends.
of totally normal shows, by the way, that everybody all over the world, like, to some extent.
Such as,
enjoys, but it's
yeah.
fine.
Very unique shows. Okay,
For
go.
perspective,
Okay.
what do you think makes a good TV show like those shows that you
Oh,
like?
great.
What makes you stop watching a show? And what additional advice could you give to anyone who's thinking of maybe writing their own show or video game or stuff
man.
like that? Well, first of all, I want you to
Any predictions here? Make it good? What is he going to say?
Damn it, you stole my answer. Make it good. Don't put in bullshit and too many effects these days. I think he's going to take the boomer. Too many effects these days.
I think it's going to say you have to keep the audience guessing. That's my prediction. Hot
don't
take.
understand, Anthony, that this any
No
opinion that I
prequels
give you
is
here,
a
I'm
good
not
guess, too. He hates prequels.
Oh, yeah, no, never do
a
that.
professional of any kind of writing or content creation in that regard.
Okay.
Yes, I wrote a lot of the plot to Project 7.
What a crowning achievement. Jesus. You guys know who you're dealing with? This guy wrote Project 7, okay?
That was
So
you?
put some respect on his name.
That was you? Oh, my God.
But you see, most of the stuff that I do is kind of on-the-fly observational comedy. It's not me actually writing a creative work. I would say, really, there's probably many
You don't
better
say.
people out there to ask this question. But
Okay. But?
fair enough, you asked me,
This
so
is
I'll
what you mean
answer.
by keep them guessing.
Yeah.
What I like about the shows that I watch is that there's an element of surprise that literally anything can happen at any
told ya.
time.
Literally
There's
anything,
many what the hell
anytime.
moments in Breaking Bad, in The Walking Dead, things that just come out of nowhere and you're like, whoa, and it could totally change up the formula of the show and it keeps it fresh and interesting. What I find with a lot of these shows,
What happened to the light? Watch this.
up the formula of the show and it keeps it fresh and interesting. What I find with a lot of these shows
my.
is that
Sepia tone.
unfortunately they'll be in the middle. Wow, the sun
Yeah, I was just about to guess the cloud passed in front of the sun.
dimmed outside and the video dramatically dimmed because the sun dimmed outside.
Remember, this is one of the benefits of having the whole new house to himself because it's a real studio now. So that's good.
You saw that, right?
Definitely positive.
Hey, holy shit, it's like there was an eclipse. And then I'm gonna aim the lights towards me better because
okay.
now
Even
the
in
lights
2014, we were fucking with the blinds. Guys,
Aim the
come
lights.
on. This is crazy.
Gotta aim the lights better. Hang on.
What
5
the
sec.
heck?
What the heck, dude?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
It still kind of looks dark, but I think it looks better a little bit anyway. Wow, that was wild.
yeah, big change,
Okay,
dude. Nice.
Yeah.
What I find with
Anyway.
shows, a lot of popular television shows in particular, is that they're a victim of their own success. And what I mean by that is they start off strong. They start off with great characters, great writing, twists and turns in the plot, and then the show actually becomes super popular. And because of that, well, we have to extend it because it was supposed
Oh,
to be
now the sun's back.
2 to 3 season show. Now we have to make it 7 or 8 seasons. So put filler shit in there and drag it
Yeah.
out. And I find that a lot. That happened with a lot of shows over the years that I like to watch, like The Sopranos, Dexter in particular.
Wait, did
is
the
one that-
Sopranos get dragged out? I don't know. I never finished it. I didn't watch
I
the
never
last
did
season.
watch that either. Sopranos and Dexter. Did you guys agree with that, chat? Is
that
true?
suffered from
Never
that.
watched Dexter.
And that's the problem is the real challenge of creative writing is keeping it at a level that's high up and quality filled and interesting to the
Ooh, quality film.
viewer. You're going to end up having
I
times
watched
when you're not
5
sure
seasons of The Sopranos. I liked all 5 seasons. I like that. That's a good time.
No to Sopranos, yes to Dexter, says Simulated Dumplings.
what to do, and you might have a lull, and that could be a problem. Now, I'm not saying that, don't take an offshoot over here or there for character development, but you also want to be careful, for example, if you're doing a show, and, we're going to do backstory, and the backstory is going to be 4 episodes straight with nothing advancing in the actual plot of the show, people will lose interest. Okay? So...
Can't do side stories. Cannot.
Well, it's weird that he can identify that in TV shows, but when he takes 8 years to progress in an RPG, he gets frustrated with the audience because they're not giving him money hand over
the whole
fist
time.
daily to see no progress, right?
I know.
It's
He doesn't think
crazy.
about that. And that's why Final Fantasy VII Remake died, because he was doing the fucking side shit endlessly. Like, you guys aren't getting into this. What's going on? Like, yeah, you're not even in the story.
Careful when you're doing that you try to keep it to the same
It's the
quality
game's
level.
fault.
And
I figured it out.
Oh,
My
God,
bad. I was being a detractor.
Something weird. I mean, this is so weird and dumb. There's no point to bringing this up, but I already am now. So, Cool Gal is in DSP's chat right now and says this. I don't know. And she says this, okay? There's a reason I'm saying this. So it says, DSP's new show, Secret Ideas to Call-Ins, but he's already done that in the past. No one responded yet. She put that in like when the show started, by the way, when I started this show, which was like, I don't know, 17 minutes ago. Then she goes
Weird cryptic way to communicate with ALT, guys. This is a little esoteric.
Then she goes into Kick and does the same exact message, for reasons, I guess. The exact same copy and paste message. Cool Gal. Oh, yeah, well, she is, in brackets, because, Cool Gal. When your name is Cool Gal on internet, I mean, probably a dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, hot girl,
Blonde baddie, 69. For sure, I believe you.
The chances of that being a girl are very low. But there you go. Then she just did the same thing in Kick Chat, and no one's responded to both. So let's see what happens there. Sexy college babe. Yeah, that's my screen name. Sexy college babe. Definitely a hot girl.
It has to go longer, so let me just put filler shit in here. People won't care. They'll lose interest, all right? Another thing I found is that the writing of something, for example, the Lord of the Rings trilogy of movies, I love them. I think they're really well done, and I think that director Peter Jackson did a great job with the source material of sticking to the important stuff in the movie and taking stuff out. So, for example, you may think that this one character that you're writing about is the best character ever, but you also have to take feedback. There was this one character in The Lord of the Rings called Tom Bombadil, and he was kind of this weird recluse character. He lived in the woods.
Shoutouts to Bombadil.
He didn't want to have anything to do with anyone around him.
A real Tom
He just wanted
Bombadil
to
enjoyer.
keep to himself. He was some weirdo, and he would sing through the woods, Tom Bombadil, Bombadil, and he was the friend of the animals, and he actually was a big chunk of the Lord of the Rings books. He would help them when they went into the woods. You notice something? That's not in the movies.
Yeah, he sounds like a king.
It's completely
he's really cool, though.
cut out. So be careful and take feedback when you write something and then you show it to someone to maybe try to make it a TV show or a screenplay, and they say, that doesn't make sense for it. It's not going to translate well. It sounds great on paper, but no one's going to understand what the fuck this is, when you put it on the silver screen or when you put it even on the small screen. Things are going to have to get cut out. All right? So understand that. And then finally, have an ending. Whatever you're writing, have a fucking definitive ending, because I'm tired of these shows that either have no ending or the most confusing, convoluted.
Yeah, you have to put everything with a little beautiful bow on it for Philip, or he hates your story. That is for sure.
Don't leave them ponder a goddamn thing. For sure. All your loose ends need to be sealed.
Like the Pulp Fiction, when they open the case at the end, there's like gold shining back, but you don't know what the gold is. Like that, he hates that shit. You got to be.
I bet he'll bring up
clear.
The Sopranos again too, since we've already done that.
Make it clear, dude.
Ending, and people, there's nothing worse than when people are going to read on for hours and hours. They're going to watch a show for seasons and seasons. You get to the fucking end and it makes no fucking sense. Like, what the fuck did I watch all this for? There's no culmination of everything.
Synopsis.
And that's actually, I think, one of the things that certain shows have done well recently, like Breaking Bad, had a really good ending. Everything culminated. Some people were, of course, not satisfied because it wasn't a great happy ending, but you know what? For a show like that, I wasn't expecting a happy ending. I think they did a really good job of ending it when it needed to end, and that's what writers need to learn to do these days, not keep dragging it on, or I give up, I'm not going to have an ending. You have to have an ending.
I don't have an ending.
I swear to God, that Sopranos ending was the worst ending of any fucking TV show I've ever seen. It was the most disrespectful to the viewers who made that show popular and made those people millions of dollars on the show to not have a fucking ending because they were cowards and they copped out. That's horrible writing 101. And I can't believe that they got away with it because
how they got away with it? What are you gonna do? Kill them?
No shit. And people love The Sopranos to this day. It doesn't make a goddamn difference whether or not they like the ending. My dad hated the ending, hated it, and he still watches it to this day.
Yeah, what do you want to
fan.
do? Them to go to jail? I can't believe they got away with this. What are they gonna do? God, some stories don't need a beautiful ending.
Because people should have demanded a fucking ending from that TV show. Okay.
Okay. Oh, he's stacking the papers on that one. That's like a substitute teacher move right here. Watch this. He does the stacking.
That TV show.
Watch.
Okay. Next question.
Little punctuation on that statement for you.
Bang, bang. Now what? Iwamoto says broken dimmer on the sun. Oh, that's what happened with the lighting. Oh, Truman Show. Yeah. Broken, I think you're right on that. People pulling the strings.
Is
Had to get new lights in there.
Smelly Day Goes. Okay.
Okay.
All right, now this one is a long one.
What?
Is that a slur? Is that a slur?
It definitely is. One more time. Who's that?
Is from Smelly Day Goes. Okay.
Okay. Smelly, SMELLING, day, DAY, go, GOs. Okay,
All right,
gotcha.
now this one is a long one, okay? And I'm going to summarize because he asked a really long question. Basically, he says this. Piracy. What is my stance on piracy when it comes to software and also when it comes to television? And
Okay, I'll take the prediction here. I think he's going to say it's always bad. Unless there's no other way to get it. Okay?
Oh, I feel like that might be too nuanced to take for DSP.
Could be. You think he's going to be negative all the way and say you never do it? Because he's kind of, remember, he's like, don't fucking do ad blocker, bitches.
I think he's got to take like a pussy fence-sitting stance of neutrality and say that he doesn't do it because he's not in the know anymore of this or that, and it's a whole rigmarole, and he can't be bothered. But to each their own or whatever.
Okay,
it's gonna be really
probably
lame.
right.
That's my guess.
Right.
and movies. And are there any cases when piracy is okay? Are there any cases when piracy should absolutely be written
Big up
off,
Super Zelda.
etc.? Listen.
Okay,
The record, I
Here's the
would
thing,
download
and
a
this
car.
is why some people
I'd
call me
just let the government know. I definitely would download a car if they would send the file over.
Download gas. I would love to do that.
Oh,
Download
of course,
your gas.
of
That'd be
course.
awesome.
out on stuff over the years, and they say, "Oh my God, Phil admitted he's using an emulator to play that Super NES game. How dare he? That's piracy." And he says he's staunchly against it. All right. Here's the deal. I am very much against
Okay.
software piracy when it comes to an active game that is actively being sold and income is being given to the game developers of that game.
Oh, okay. I think he's going to say your
I am staunchly
thing.
against piracy when it means that basically you're using it for malicious purposes.
Like what?
Okay? To hurt someone
I don't know what that
or
means.
to steal.
So the same thing as before. That's the same thing as the first point, isn't it?
I am not against piracy or emulation per se if it means that this is the only means that someone can actually enjoy something. All right? So a perfect example, there are thousands of arcade games, all right? Games from stand-up arcades that people used to enjoy back in the day. Light gun games and fighting games and shooter games and action games. And the only way to actually experience those games, unless you find an incredibly rare working copy of one of those games, is to actually emulate it. I'm okay with that. Because that means that game, that work
that's
of
what
art,
I said. That's
that
my
creative
prediction.
vision gets to be experienced by a wider audience. And let's face it, a lot of the games that came out in the 80s and 90s in arcades,
isn't the craziest, rarest take on the planet either. Like this kind of like a level 1 take as well. So
it's like you're not trying to be so square. Like you don't want to say piracy's always bad, but you're like the next level up. Like it's okay as long as there's no way else to get it.
Means to get those anymore.
Maybe it's even a level 2 take, but that's
the only way you're going to experience the medium. Yes, I support if you're into that kind of a thing and you want to experience classic games.
Okay.
Also, if you're the kind of person like me who grew up in the 80s and 90s and you owned these games, I owned the NES and I owned Super Mario 1, 2, and 3. I owned the Super NES and I owned.
You still have them?
All these games, right?
Or did you sell them and already make a portion of your money back and then continue to play the game anyway? Like that's where's the line on that, brother?
I had them one day, so therefore I can still emulate them. All right.
And you want
that's why I own a real copy of every single PS2 game in known existence.
Me too.
Obviously,
I have a complete copy of all Nintendo, Super Nintendo as well. Complete inbox copies of all of them in my attic.
Brand new, and they all function 100% of the time.
Incredible. It's amazing.
And I have all the cables.
Amazing.
No one's selling the Super NES anymore. No
That's
one's
what?
actively selling new copies.
What? No one's okay. Oh, he's saying new copies. Oh yeah.
What? No one's selling the Super NES anymore. No one's actively selling new copies of these games that Nintendo
Okay.
of America is making any money off of, or Nintendo Japan or
there it
Nintendo
is,
whatever. The only thing you're going to find is maybe at a freaking kind of gaming convention or at one of these game stores that still accepts and sells old used
eBay. You can buy any fucking game you want outside of like 10 maybe.
games. You may be lucky enough to find that game on the shelf. But if you want to experience Earthbound, a game that undoubtedly sells for ridiculous amounts of money because of its scarcity,
Right.
and you want to enjoy that content and that plot line, and you have no...
Look who just became a member. Piracy is good. Shout outs to you.
Hell
Piracy
yeah.
is good. Was this your
He
question?
was looking forward to this. Yeah, he was looking forward to this topic last week. I seen
Yeah.
him.
This is the last time he's going to be on the show, I bet. Now he's got his question. He's not watching anymore.
no means to play it on the original Super NES with a used cartridge that's probably going to run you $400. No, I'm not going to say shame on you for emulating the game and enjoying it. All right?
Yeah.
The
Okay,
piracy
but
that I'm
that all
against-
the way through, if it's because it's too much money on eBay to practically get it, then every single kid everywhere that has $0 in their bank account because they don't have bank accounts can pirate whatever they want because there's no other way to do it, right?
Yeah, so
because
it
you
just-
can't afford it is good enough.
Yeah, so that's just a arbitrary line he's made because it's too expensive. So, okay, well,
Right.
if that's how
it's
we're
too
gonna roll,
expensive for him right now, but if he had an infinite amount of money, it wouldn't be, so then it would be bad, right?
yes,
Sure.
okay.
against are people who fucking get advanced copies of the game for whatever
How do we bring them into this? Hold on, how do we get there?
on you for emulating the game and enjoying it. All right? The piracy that I'm against are people who fucking get advanced copies of the game for whatever reason. Maybe it's a review copy or something. They immediately rip the shit to their computer and they fucking dispute, put it all over the internet.
Dispute? You mean distribute?
They
And people are
dispute.
playing fucking games
In
before the game's even released,
2014,
and
this is how. Okay,
I
all right.
guess.
game developer can even make $1 on it. Everyone's oh yeah, this is great. What the fuck?
Okay.
You know what I mean? And other people, there are people out there who just have this crazy mindset that God forbid they have to spend $1 for everything should be free. All
Yeah,
content
that's-
should be delivered to them
He's talking to you right now, I think.
on a silver platter for no monetary exchange whatsoever. They just deserve everything for free. And that's what a lot of the piracy community is. Oh, everything should just be free. Fuck you. And I do not agree with that whatsoever. I think that people should have to pay. And I you know me, I even disagree to the point where anyone even gets an
should
advance
they have to pay?
They should have to pay.
copy. Every person should have to go to their local game store or digitally
advanced
get their
copies,
game
bullshit.
over the internet, which is now the new distribution service via the same method at the same fucking time. Worldwide, everyone should get the game at the same fucking time. All right? So...
Same shit as today. Roger, yes, Atlus is still here at this point. I'll let you know if he dips out, though.
there you have it.
Yeah, it's getting close to bedtime already. I'll go ahead and start the 30-minute
That's
timer
kind
here.
of... That's kind of my mindset, all right?
Okay.
Now,
Your
in
mindset
particular,
is
I'm trying to
advanced
see if he had
copies are
any
bad.
particular points. Like I said, he
Got
had a
it.
really long question. I just summarized it.
Okay, that was the really long one. Okay, well, we're reading it through again, I
See,
guess.
he makes a point. He says, what about people who just cannot afford it at all? And I feel for those
Confirmation
people because I
DSP
used to be
should
one of
never
those
be
people.
trusted when he summarizes, by the
Yeah.
way, because he
Oh,
was going
yeah.
to completely miss this point and misconstrue everything this person had to say.
All right, so he's going to get to now, what if you can't afford it?
Back in the 90s, when I was a teenager,
Oh, is that true? Do short people tend to be sleepier? I've never heard that before.
I've never heard that before either. I'm pretty sure that guy's just making shit up again.
All right, I'm just asking. I don't
a
know.
part-time job. I barely had any
Yeah, you
money.
can't control the people in
Any
your
money that I
audience, you know
had
what?
usually went to pay for necessities, and once a week when I would go to the video arcade and plunk my quarters into a machine to play Street Fighter. And it's easy to say, well, everyone else gets to play Call of Duty, and everyone else gets to play Grand Theft Auto, and everyone else is playing The Evil Within, and everyone else is playing the popular game now, and I don't get to play it
Who's
because
saying
I'm
this?
the unlucky kid who doesn't have the money to play
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So now
I
what?
feel for you. What I can say is there are avenues out there to play games still, like, for example, rental things. I know that renting sucks because
if you're poor, go rent shit.
Oh
Dumb
my
fuck.
They don't have
god,
the
dude.
popular games when they're new.
Yeah.
But I necessarily can't support the fact that people would say, well, I really legitimately don't have the money.
This
Everyone
guy
else gets to
couldn't
play the game. I'm
imagine
going
a
to steal
family
it.
that couldn't afford to rent.
No,
I'm
never.
convinced.
They don't exist. No.
It's an entertainment medium.
His mommy took
Ultimately,
him, so everybody's mommy takes him, right? Consistently, every Friday or whatever the hell he said. Right to Blockbuster in 2014, right?
You know he got a stack of quarters too for that Street Fighter shit that he did not earn himself. It's like, all right, we going to anything to get him out of the house. You know, yeah, here's $5 in quarters.
Right.
Go have fun.
when you think about it, it's not a necessity. It's not something that you need. You don't need to play Grand Theft Auto 5. It's a great game. Yes, it probably, is an awesome experience. That was one of the best games last year, and everyone talked about it. But if you can't afford it, you don't need to go steal it. You know what I mean? It's a game. It's an entertainment experience. It's not a bag of food. Now, if you told me, well,
so it would be the same thing.
Yeah,
It's
what?
the same
what if
thing with the $900 Earthbound or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, what's the difference there, Philip? You don't need to have Earthbound, do you? Now what? That's
You
ridiculous.
can't afford the experience anymore. Too bad, wham. You should have kept your equipment. Like, you lost out. Hold the L. What are we talking about?
What's going on?
have no money and I need food and I need to steal to get food, yes, I support that. You need food to live. Everyone deserves to at least have an existence. So
This
if
is
you need
the
to
dumbest
steal
stance. He
So
should have
what
just
about
shut
Earthbound?
up before.
Earthbound is food to me.
to live, yeah. But
Earthbound is my food.
not steal for entertainment purposes to entertain yourself. You know what I mean?
Ah.
So that's kind of my mentality when it comes to piracy and that kind of stuff.
Got
Okay.
it. Oh,
All right.
okay.
Next question.
My mind around that is it makes no fucking sense, brother. That's
Yeah.
inconsistent. It was a
So
dumb
if-
point.
The point to wrap it up, if you want to play Earthbound, go ahead. But if you want to play Grand Theft Auto 5, get food first. Then worry about
play
Grand
the
Theft Auto
game.
5. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Sounds good.
Is from Atlus Telemon.
Oh, it's you
And
again.
he-
Atlas
it's
again.
not. No,
Atlas
no,
again. Let's see
no.
the question from Atlas. This is not the first time we've heard Atlas here.
He says, could you share your thoughts of
That's it, T-Link Soldier. Piracy is okay when it benefits me and I can justify it. Yep, that sounds
Right,
pretty good.
exactly.
There he goes. Okay, let's go
And,
Atlas
well,
again.
and if you would have said
feedback
it that
of good-
way, that's a based opinion. Sure, fuck
Yeah.
it. Who cares, right? How do you even argue with that? Whatever, man. But
Yeah, but
he's not willing to just say it like it is.
Nope. This is again Atlas confirmed. Not the first time we've heard him. Here we go.
Telemon. And he
let's
says,
tell him on.
could you share your thoughts on feedback of a good game
Ooh.
to hopefully so they make the next installment better? So the game
What?
I'm talking about is Grand Theft Auto 5. What improvements or new game mechanics on top of existing ones would you suggest for the next game?
Oh, interesting.
God.
Interesting. Okay, so the
What a
game's
word
definitely
salad that was.
2014. The game's coming out soon, right?
You played so many games, you might have a great perspective or even a
Oh,
wish
yeah.
list for things in such a great sandbox arena as the GTA franchise. I'm really looking forward to hearing your thoughts on the next Grand Theft Auto game.
Okay, so any take on this? What will he ask for? I do more of the same thing, I guess. I'm guessing like just stick to what makes it Grand Theft Auto awesome. Just do what you always do. He's not going to say make any changes. He never does.
Yeah, we
so.
need the classic things. We really need to nail the driving, and we need to tell an awesome story. Okay,
Yeah.
like in GTA 4, had a the narrative and the graphics. You have to mention graphics, obviously.
Yeah. Good graphics, good experience, good story. We need it all. Here we go.
I guess
I
I'm
like
one
our
of the
theory
few people. 'cause a
crafting
lot of
session.
people complained when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out and said that it didn't feel like Grand Theft Auto. It wasn't challenging enough. Maybe it had gone too mainstream. There were a few things in Grand Theft Auto 5 that I really enjoyed. Number one, that there was more than one protagonist. The fact that there was more than one character, that you could choose which character was your favorite and maybe follow along with that character more or associate more with that character was awesome. Because in previous Grand Theft Auto games, let's face it, if you don't like Tommy Vercetti, you're going to hate that whole Grand Theft Auto game, right? But
Okay.
if you end up liking one of the
Wait,
three
why?
characters...
Tommy doesn't really. I mean, like, he's just.
If you hate him, how could you hate him? I don't know.
yeah,
Oh,
I don't
hate
think
him.
it gives you enough to hate.
I hate him. He's an asshole.
maybe you liked Grand Theft Auto 5 a little better. I also liked the flipping between the characters on the fly, and also the ability to flip between them on the co-op missions. I thought that was awesome. One guy's sniping, one guy's invading a building, one guy's flying a helicopter, and it's all part of this big congruous mission that you
Congruous
need to
mission.
basically exceed all three parts on, or else you fail the mission.
All right.
What didn't I like about Grand Theft Auto 5? I'm going to be honest, I said it in my review. there wasn't enough of the stuff that they had promised was going to be revolutionary in the game. So, for example, the heists, the big cooperative missions where they're...
They would work on that going forward. You know what I mean? But all right.
Maybe 3 of them total in the whole game. This is all they talked about when they said the game was coming out.
Maybe he's just talking about the story mode. Maybe he's not talking about the multiplayer. Because the multiplayer at this time, I don't even think had heists.
Yeah, they added that later, but he's talking about things they're going to add.
The heists.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was 3 of them.
The multiplayer
and there were never
becomes
any
the real
more.
game.
And then they promised they would have new heists for Grand Theft Auto Online. Here we are over a year later, and they never came out. So
well, they would.
Over-promising and
they.
under-delivering is what Grand Theft Auto 5 did. And that's disappointing in a franchise like Rockstar, who traditionally actually over-delivers on a lot of the stuff that they promise in their games. So for me, in Grand Theft Auto 6, what I would say is if you're going to have these unique new gameplay elements, you have to have enough of them, and they have to be implemented properly. Okay?
What does that mean?
Not, we just give you
What
a
are
taste
the
of
other gameplay elements? He listed one in
Heist.
In Heist, yeah. So
we need to have...
what are the other gameplay mechanics?
We need enough of them. That's all we know. We don't know what they are, but we need enough. All right, cool. We got enough gameplay mechanics. Go ahead.
And now fuck you. You waited a year, you get nothing else. That's bullshit.
Is that it?
Number 2.
Okay, here we go.
I really don't feel that all 3 characters in Grand Theft Auto 5 got a fair shake. I think that Franklin, unfortunately, really didn't get a full story. His was kind of like thrown in there. He's the busy man. He's the one who does the dirty work, while the other 2 characters really had a prominent feature.
Yeah.
And I really don't think that he had enough, and I think that he needed to get more out of the game. And so what I would say is more diverse characters, and if anything, let's have a female protagonist in Grand Theft Auto for once.
Yeah, more diversity style.
You would get
Philip.
that.
Very progressive.
There's been the strong male presence. Let's have a female protagonist in the next one as one of the characters. I'd really enjoy that. Okay?
Oh yeah, what a visionary. What a true leader of the industry. They really should be scribbling notes is exactly what should have been happening. Real talk.
Pretty cool. DSP wants a female protagonist, huh? There you go. Orion in the house is watching Sandlight. I don't think Phil has seen it, nor did he have a childhood. I think he actually, Orion, I think he had a childhood through movies such as Sandlot.
Such as the Sandlot, exactly.
That's
right
where
on the
he
money,
thinks,
I think, right there.
That's what he thinks childhood should be like, Orion. That's where he gets all his stories from, is those movies like that, And like he didn't actually do anything, such as climbing a tree or swimming or riding a bike. All of these things he didn't do.
Jumping on the trampoline, climbing a tree. These are things we don't do, and we
throwing things into water. Yeah, that's like low-key the craziest one, because like, how many times have you done that in your life? You're around water with your friends. You just throw stuff in water. You have to do this.
Me and my coworkers are literally skipping rocks in the snow, like in the snow puddles, while at work on the regular.
That's just what you do. It's like an activity born into us as human beings, but he never has. Damn. Joe Dub says Phil probably used a free site on May 1st. No, Joe Dub, because I believe when his information was leaked, didn't he have a subscription with the Mr. Stupid one to like Brazzers or something? Someone in chat will know. I think he did pay for it. I remember that in my mind. Brazzers. Did he have it? Sorry, Normal? I think that was it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think he paid for it.
Material is so cringe. Yeah, what are we doing here, Papa?
He paid for Brazzers. The Bank League show Brazzers. Hell yeah. He needs the premium experience.
Nice. Yeah, brother needs his fucking 4K, that's for sure.
Iwamoto says you could never accuse Phil of overpromising. Never can accuse him of overpromising. And these days he's like overly careful. I don't want to say anything I can't do, okay? Big Guy says I don't think that was the bank leaks. Yeah, I don't remember myself on the bank leaks itself, but I do remember Brazzers. I remember like someone logged into his account with Mr. Stupid One, I thought, on something. Now, I don't know the details, but I definitely remember that. Good God knows.
Yeah, I'm willing to admit I'm not an expert in this area. You guys are definitely
Brazzers lore.
I don't need any of that.
Yeah, Ninja Tech, that's good. Brazzers sub, are you for real? Please do it, somebody. Brazzers sub confirmed. Just good God no says, I'm a relative newbie. What was the moron wearing a cowboy hat for? How long ago? So the cowboy hat came when he went to a tournament in Tennessee, I believe. Please correct me if I'm wrong on any of these facts.
Yes.
Yeah. And he bought the hat, a Stetson, very expensive Stetson, and it was in the background for Ask the King, or I think it was like Phil's DSP's mailbox or something.
Well, you forget, you're leaving out my favorite part, which is that he specifically got his head measured at the store, and they sent it all the way to him in Connecticut.
Yes, very important, very important. So he wore it for that, and someone suggested it that he does it for Ask the King, and then he just has done it ever since that moment, and he still does it to this day. So there we go. That's like the one organic thing that Philip has done. That's not like he's ran into the ground, is the cowboy hat. But there we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. Next question is from Dezu. And Dezu says, "Hey Phil, I absolutely loved your playthrough of Deadly Premonition, and I'm noticing you're really enjoying D4. I'm a big fan of Swery65's creations and Twin Peaks, which I recently heard you say you actually watched and noticed a lot of similarities between that TV series and Deadly Premonition."
I've never seen Twin Peaks myself. That's before my time,
I have seen
actually.
a full playthrough of Deadly Premonition. That shit is weird.
Here we go.
I was wondering if you had heard the news earlier that Deadly Premonition 2 is actually in production right now. What would you like to see returned from the original game, as well as some...
Is this a oil situation? Look, look at his shirt
on
right
his
now.
shirt right there.
I think we rub it in, and the oil leaves a oil slick. Look at
series
this.
And Deadly Premonition.
Watch.
And I was wondering if you had heard the news earlier that Deadly Premonition 2 is actually in
shadow?
production right
No, that's got to be a shadow.
Is that shadow
There's no
or
way
oil?
he just left that much oil.
Look.
right now. What would you like to see
Or he's
returned from the
sweating like a
original
fucking
game, as well as
pig.
some
Like, those
possible
are your
improvements from
options.
D4? Of course, the graphics were pretty shitty in Deadly Premonition, so these could be improved, but I felt that the poor graphics also added to its quirky B-movie style charm.
Oh, that's not a shadow, dude.
That's not a shadow. Oh my god. Why
That's
is it?
oil. Oil. Moob
What a
sweat.
sicko.
Nice. Kabuto asks, he said on stream that he never got a trophy from Evo. Has he ever said otherwise in the past? No. The fourth place didn't get, well, as Justin will tell you here. Let me ask him. He knows the answer to this. Hey, Justin Wong, what did you get for fourth place at Evo?
Fourth place doesn't get anything. I'm sorry.
All right. You got it. Yeah, you didn't get anything. I think you got a few bucks, actually. I think you got I think there was a prize of maybe $100 or something. I don't quote me on that, but it was something like that, I think.
What I would say, and I hate to say this because unfortunately, if you guys haven't heard, D4 is tanking.
Ooh.
As of, I think, a week after its initial release, D4, the new game from Swery65, the same guy who made Deadly Premonition, is an Xbox exclusive game. It sold less than 10,000 copies. So I want you to understand that a game that has heavy development, lots of big budget funding from Microsoft, it's an Xbox One exclusive, it's going to be an episodic mystery investigation style game, and it sells less than 10,000 copies in its release week.
Uh-oh.
That's terrible, and that might mean the game might not even continue. It's supposed to be sold as an episodic game, and the next episodes may never even come out because of that.
It literally never got finished.
There you go.
That's a lot of factors together. That's because it's an Xbox One exclusive. Microsoft literally gave zero advertisement to this game. They just decided on a whim, we're just going to release it out of nowhere. Didn't tell anyone, didn't advertise it, so no one even knew the game existed. And by the time it was out in a...
Real ones saw playthroughs of it online. On YouTube, believe it or not, there was people doing playthroughs. I don't know if he's ever heard of this concept before. I knew about it. I watched
heavy time of the year, this hardcore gaming season, and no one cared. And that's very unfortunate. However, I love it. I actually think the gameplay of D4, the investigative style gameplay in the QuickTime events, is actually better than the gameplay of Deadly Premonition. Deadly Premonition, if anything, tried too much to be like a traditional survivor horror game where third-person
Survivor horror, I think.
Premonition, if anything, tried too much to be like a traditional survivor horror game with third-person shooter, inventory management, hiding from a killer, supernatural
Oil's still there, by the way.
element, which, by the way, by the end of Deadly Premonition, it was never explained what almost all of that supernatural
Oh my god, it's like he spilled water.
Clear as day.
element was. It was just like,
Third-person shooter, inventory management, all this bullshit.
well, you killed tons of zombie things. I don't know what the fuck they were. It was just part of the game.
I thought the point of that game was to be confusing. Do you know anything
They didn't
about Deadly
explain it.
Premonition?
No, I don't. I do not. I can't say I do.
Okay.
So,
Can't say I do.
that being said,
Shoutouts.
Hey,
I'm just
I forgot my point.
I would love to see a new Deadly
Probably forgot the
Premonition
question.
with obviously
Actually,
improved
so did
graphics.
I.
Graphics were the #1 hiccup with the first game, is that the game ran like shit on all platforms. Better controls, and not a lot of the shooting gameplay. Instead, have a lot more
Oh my god, I can't stop
investigation.
staring at the oil slick. It's like right in the middle of his boobs. Look at that. This moob right in the middle. Oh god, top left. Look, coming at ya. Oh shit, it's waking up, boys. Oh. He smelled the olive oil between the moobs.
And have creepy shit going on, similar to a survival
it's
horror
got to
game
be
that's
like
not a
pizza
running gunner.
grease or something, right?
You'd
from
hope
his fingers.
so. You'd think. I mean, it can't be from
Like,
natural
it can't
skin
be
oils.
like human grease. No way.
Oh, good God, no. Thanks for the context here. Deadly Premonition was the Japanese video version of Twin Peaks. Really? I just don't know. I'm not up on my Twin Peaks lore. I thought that was
Yeah,
a show
that's
for
my
older
thing.
people. I thought in my head that's what it is.
Then you should. Never mind. I've never seen
Okay,
Twin
thank
Peaks
you.
either.
Let me ask ChatGPT, what is Twin Peaks? Let's see. Twin Peaks is a cult classic American TV series created by David Lynch and Mark Frost, originally aired in 1990 to 1991. Yeah, see, I know you got to find this shocking, guys, but I was too young to like watch TV shows like that at that age. Just being honest, guys. So I never saw it.
Okay, and definitely include some of the new gameplay.
And Atlus was at that time. Maybe his parents weren't even born yet in 1991. I don't even know. Were your parents born yet?
I can't disclose that information, but we're
Mechanics and
riding
stuff that
thin
you-
lines here, fellers.
Have in D4, but I hate to say it, I don't know if Deadly Premonition 2 will happen, because when you have a game that's not selling and that's supposed to be the hot new game
It
from
did.
your
I don't think it
studio,
did very well.
Okay.
I don't know if they're going to be able to make Deadly Premonition 2. Fingers crossed. I hope. People saying, "Oh, I spilled water on my shirt."
No, that's not true, sir. That's not true. It is not a spill. It's a finger push.
I spilled some water on my shirt. That's what that is. People are saying, "What is that on your shirt?" That is water.
Okay, no, just to debunk this in real time. 30-12.
Yeah, run it
okay,
back, run it back.
We're at 30-12 right now. Remember 30-12.
Guys, remember that. Write that in
Here it
chat.
is right
30
here. Okay, as you can see, as the
Nothing.
footage shows, there's nothing there. We're going to go into our hand
Well,
here.
actually watch and,
and
notice
touch
a lot
our
of
move.
similarities between that TV series and Deadly Premonition.
Push,
And I was wondering if
push.
you had heard the news earlier that
There it
Deadly
is.
Premonition 2
Oh
is actually
my god!
There is no spillage happening. No spillage.
in production right now. First, the
Zero
I've literally
spillage.
got my hands on the top of my head right now, mouth agape. That's insanity. What? That's sick.
I'll send that. I'll send that to King Jad.
This guy.
King Jad will love this one. That's beautiful. Look at that. Looks like I made a mess.
People are saying, "Oh, I spilled water on my shirt." I spilled some water on my shirt. That's what that is. People are saying, "What is that on your shirt?" That is water. All right, but anyway.
Okay, that is water.
It's unfortunate that this is happening with D4. I hope that obviously things change and that they do get to make Deadly Premonition 2. I am looking forward to
Yeah,
it,
we
but
changed that grease
at
to
this
water.
point, I don't know what's
Uh-huh.
going to happen right now. It's
Okay.
very up in the air, okay?
I mean, Toastface, you could be right. The hand was wet. It could be that as well. But I still hold true to the moob sweat theory.
All right, let's do
He keeps looking down now.
let's do one more question.
A little
Actually, this
self-conscious
next
about
question- Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, wait a minute. Hang
Oops,
on.
I skipped a whole page here.
Oh, God.
Let's do one more question, and then we'll take a break, and we'll come back, and we'll continue on, okay? All right, so the next question is from Smolder in Stew. Smolder in Stew,
All right,
okay?
go ahead.
And he asked the
Very
question.
weird mouth
Hey,
shape
Phil,
on that
I saw
one,
you
but we'll-
briefly
we can let
addressing
it
this in
slide.
January on Ask the King.
Stew.
But seeing that as the product has been out for a while, what is your current thought on the PS Now? I know that you and many others seem reluctant to try it, mainly because it's uneven pricing system and the internet speed requirements for it. Now that your internet is faster and more stable since moving from Connecticut, would you consider trying out
Yeah,
the service
super
and
fast.
possibly streaming and recording it for your
Yeah,
fans to
business class.
see?
Yep.
It's officially out now for both PS3 and PS4. I already talked about the PS Now back in June, because during June was E3, and during E3 week, a public beta, it wasn't public actually, a beta
June.
like limited alpha beta release.
So basically, PS Now was kind of like Game Pass, but just before its time, right? So
well, it also allowed you to stream like old PlayStation games onto your PlayStation 4 via live stream it to you. What the fuck do they call that? That the stream it to you, whatever the fuck.
Mm-hmm.
My brain is dying. It's fine.
So basically, it was like you could. It just was before it was ready, kind of, But the idea was there, but it was kind of expensive, right? But let's see what he says here.
Cloud,
Xbox Cloud, yeah.
Was released to certain people. I actually was able to get into it thanks to a fan who gave me their code to do it. I tried it, and I'm going to be honest, it was absolutely fucking worthless. Now, I'm running on great internet. At the time, I wasn't recording nor streaming, so it's not like my internet was being hindered. I was playing it offline because it was said right in the thing, you cannot broadcast this. You'll be banned if you broadcast it. Mm-hmm. It was insanely delayed. The game's graphics looked like shit. It basically was a low-resolution version. It was pixelated. You ever notice in some of my videos, when there's a lot of action going on, sometimes there could be pixelation? Yeah. The entire games looked like that. Nothing was crisp or clear, and it was delayed. It looked like shit. It actually was just garbage. And the fact that PlayStation even released this product is baffling me. Like, who would fucking want this product where your games are insanely delayed and look like shit? And then, of course, the pricing structure is a joke. If you actually look at the pricing structure, it's a hideous joke. Who the fuck wants
even
to pay?
Even as a kid, though, I looked at this service. I looked at what cloud gaming looked like at the time, and even I could tell this was not going to work and was not even worth the time. But DSP, he's absolutely flabbergasted that it went the way that it did, and it was almost non-functional.
That is true. Oh, Atlus isn't. Someone said Atlus isn't modded. That's true. I don't even think about mods, but I should. George Hard R. Martin, you're right.
$20 to rent a game.
I'll mod Atlus right now. Here we go. Ready for their coronation?
I appreciate your patronage, George.
Let me get my sword out.
Real one.
Please, sir. My sword is out. I'm ready to knight you a mod. I've touched both shoulders now. Hang on 1 second.
For a few days or even
guys,
a week.
I will remain humble despite my new power.
Buy for $5 at the local store.
Be on your best
and it makes no effing sense whatsoever. Now
He's
keep in mind that was when I played it in June.
All right, I'm removing the profanity filters right now, guys. Go crazy.
Do not remove horse as a banned word, sir. That's required. Please.
Okay, but how about panda? Can we remove
Panda's fine. Panda's fine. Yeah.
Many things might have changed between June and October. So if they change, great. If the service is better. But after that initial bad experience, I really have no desire to play PS Now at all. I don't trust the fact that the game will be live streaming over the internet like that, and it looked like shit regardless, so I don't want to play PS Now, and I really have no desire to try it again.
All right.
There you go.
Sounds good, dude.
Good story. All right. Very bad start to today. And we're reading questions.
Okay.
I thought.
I guess
one more question, and then we'll take a break, because this is a good question. This one is from Blue3 Turtle, and he actually is asking a question that many people have asked, but I don't know if I've publicly addressed, so let's address it.
No, please.
He says, hey, Phil, I was recently watching one of Leanna's old videos. Leanna is my girlfriend who lives with me.
Panda.
Leanna's my girlfriend who lives with me.
On her YouTube channel, and saw that she had dogs as pets, but in your vlog since then, since you moved to the new house together, I noticed you don't have the dogs anymore. Any reason why? And by the way, I'm a longtime viewer, and I want to say keep up the good work and ignore the haters. You still have loyal fans who like to watch your content.
Ignore the haters.
Very simple and easy answer on this one. There were multiple factors. Number one, we very well knew that moving across the country together to a new home and setting up this home was going to be an ordeal. And I'll be honest, it was. It was incredibly stressful. It was a hell of a lot of work.
Just say you didn't want the fucking dog, man. We don't need to hear all this shit. They can a dog can handle a cross-country trip one time.
We didn't want the dogs, and even if we did, the community wasn't going to let us have a dog.
Yeah, so they're going to say all this shit.
And quite honestly,
just say you didn't want the fucking dog.
Until very recently, we didn't feel like we had even had the house set up enough that we could relax.
I thought they was ugly. I'm going to put it on the record. I don't like little dogs. I don't like little dogs.
That's like Chew. Chew doesn't like little dogs either. She says there's no point to them. I differ to Bang on that case. Yeah, I say that small dogs are fine. They're way easier to take care of, less shit to clean up, but Chew one out on this one. Our dogs are medium sized.
Relax and say this is our home.
Medium sized is respectable.
Yeah, I mean that's as big as I would go. I don't want a good Great Dane running around taking up the whole bed.
And having dogs running around the house when you're trying to get a house set up would have been a nightmare. Keep in mind, we never even lived together before. We're not like other, common couples where typically the way it works is you date for a few months. If, after a few months everything's going well, then you talk about moving in together. You move in together, you live there for maybe a couple of years, then maybe you consider about either having kids, getting married, pets, etc. We had never even lived together.
All right. Very structured style life he expects, isn't it?
They didn't live together yet, so they couldn't experience a dog together, guys, because they didn't live together yet. It's a fucking dog, man.
The honest truth, didn't know if we were even going to be compatible.
But that's what it did with Kat, though, isn't it? She moved in, they talked for a little bit, she moved in, they got married, then they waited, then they got Jasper Kitty.
Got to make sure you're compatible. Listen to this, though. He says they didn't even know they were going to be compatible.
We had never even lived together. God's honest truth, didn't know if we were even going to be compatible. What if we moved in and
turns out they weren't, too.
We weren't getting along?
Crazy.
Then, it would have been a
Glad
nightmare.
we moved all the way across the country to find that out.
Yeah, I know. She could have lived in that apartment in Connecticut. That's fine for two people.
Yes, compounded with two dogs running around the house, right? So that wouldn't have worked, all right? Number one.
Yes, it would have worked. That house is big enough for two little dogs.
I was just about to say that big ass house with two dogs. You'd have been fine.
Oh, they've been two. It's been they're trapped in a cage in that big house.
We are going to get a pet like that. It's going to be something calm and something easy to maintain, such as the hamsters, which we have next door right now. That's an easy pet to maintain. Dogs are not. Okay. So that's.
I mean, it's a good thing they didn't. That dog would never. No, it would have been Leanna's job. So Leanna would have walked it. I feel, but it would have been all Leanna's job. I'm not doing anything for that dog, Leanna. That's your dog.
Number one. Number two. The dogs technically are not owned by Leanna. The dogs were.
What is this? The dogs. We have to do a hand motion.
And dogs are not. Okay.
That's
twice.
That's number
ASL.
one.
Oh, okay.
Number two. The dogs technically are not owned by Leanna. The dogs were adopted by her mom. Okay, so technically, legally, those dogs are her mom's property.
Legally.
And
oh my God, we're busting out the legalities for fucking dog ownership. Did she want the dogs or not, man?
Just say you didn't want the fucking dogs, man.
Her dog, the one who she kind of...
And I guarantee Leanna wanted the dogs. I really bet she did. And Philip
absolutely.
said,
She loved them
that.
goddamn dogs.
No, we can't have those dogs.
Considered to be hers. Her name was Yara. That dog had only ever lived with another dog. And actually, in situations where Yara was separated from Chi-Chi, the other dog that they had, Yara would be depressed. She'd be nervous. She actually is so used to living with another dog that we were afraid that if we just took Yara, which would have been what we did, we wouldn't have taken both dogs. We only would have taken one. That Yara would have been all depressed and sad about being in a new place with no other dogs. So there were, multiple reasons, and those are basically the factors. Number one, we didn't think.
So shout outs to Yara, which was Panda Lee's main dog in my mind, and Chi-Chi, which was the dog I didn't remember the name of. There you go. Yara and Chi-Chi.
It would help. We needed to get our stuff settled before
You're a better man than me.
Yara and Chi-Chi.
we even considered doing something like that. And number two, the dogs are used to living together and like living together with Leanna's mom. Now, there is a situation here where, let's say in a year or two, we're still living here, we're fine, everything's hunky-dory, and for whatever reason, Leanna's mom says, listen, I just can't handle a dog anymore. Would you take Yara? Yeah, then maybe I would consider taking a dog, but not, this is way too early to be living together and all of a sudden having that kind of pressure. Basically, a dog is like having a kid.
Hey.
I hate to say it.
That's not true.
Oh my God. God.
Just to tell you guys, that's not true. Dog is a million times easier.
Early to be living together and
When's
all
the
of a
last
sudden
time
having
a dog
that kind
asked to go to hockey practice?
I know,
Andy?
yes. You can put dogs in cages if you have to. You can't put a kid in a cage. Just letting you know, guys.
I've seen it done.
Just letting you know.
of pressure. Basically, a dog is like having a kid. I hate to say it, a lot of people don't think of it that way. They think, oh, a dog, and they don't realize the responsibility that's involved with having a dog. It really is like taking care of a child, and you need to have that kind of attention to the dog, and you need to take care of the dog and make sure it's safe and make sure that it's fed properly. And really, you can't let your dog run around.
Sorry, Captain Day after
How
day.
difficult is...
Don't tell me how to raise my kids. All right, I'll stop. You do you. You do you, guys.
And you need to take care.
Another good thing about dogs is you don't have to think about food for dogs. They kind of will take the same thing every day. That's a benefit as well. Like, unfortunately, human children
And as far
don't
as
do.
keeping them safe,
Yeah.
How hard is that when they live indoors with you
It's
and they
not-
just
it-
hang out with you?
It takes a little bit of thought, but not an endless thought. You know, they kind of once you figure it, they figure out their place. You know, it's a little bit different.
Care of the
but-
dog and make sure.
Also, kids grow up to have new problems all the time. Once a dog gets to a certain age, they kind of learn what's right and wrong, and then it's kind of the end of the story of teaching them things. But you know, never ends. But you know,
Yeah, your
safe and
dog's
make sure-
never gonna grow up and need his tire changed.
no,
Right.
no. He'll never, get hooked on drugs and stuff. That's the thing you don't have to worry about.
Oh.
So-
It's fed properly. and really,
Your dog will never have an unplanned pregnancy that you have to help
Yes.
sort out.
Well,
now.
yeah,
I mean,
but- yeah,
well,
yeah,
all right, never mind.
and here's a benefit of dogs: you can cut their balls off when they're young. That's also a benefit that you can't do. You can't do that with kids, unfortunately.
You can't let your dog run around and do whatever it wants. You have to care for that like a small child.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of people don't know that or don't treat it like that, and I think that's completely wrong. So we knew that we would need to be here, settled in, living our own lives before we could even have that kind of responsibility. We're trying to be responsible adults about it. In the future, could we get a dog? Absolutely. But
yeah,
right now,
definitely.
we're not considering it. Okay.
We're not
So that-
considering it. Big ups, good God, no again. Says typically you move in together in a few months, but this arrangement was complicated by the fact that I wasn't allowed within 1,000 feet of her school. That's what DSP said. Yeah, we really need to get her out of there though because she had too many friends back where she lived. We had to get her across the country. That's the problem with
too many
Panda,
friends
That is
and
it for-
way too much family.
Yes.
Mom, I don't think so.
No,
We gotta.
don't need it.
Part 1 of Ask the King for October 16th. I'm now going to take a short break, and then I'll come back. If you're watching this on YouTube, the video's just going to end, so you don't have to worry about the break. If you're watching this on Twitch, well, I'm going to run a couple ads. Come on back, and we've got a shitload of questions left, so don't worry. There's a lot more content coming. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back with more.
All right, we'll be right back with more action. Oh, Jesus. What's this?
Look at all of this confusion it's caused us. I thought he said if we were on demand, we wouldn't have to worry about
I
it.
know. Look at me finding all this problem. Here we go. Oh, Howard Stern is the first topic.
Oh,
Ask the King. We'll be right back.
Mail, motherfucker!
Same thing there.
Okay, everybody, welcome back. This is part 2 of Ask the King for October 16th.
As you can see, the oil is drying over time, but not taking as much time to dry. It's taking more time to dry than water, too, in my opinion. I think water will be already gone at this point. Would you agree, Atlus? Oil
maybe
takes
it's
longer to dry.
it's one of those unique therm technologies or whatever the hell, and it doesn't wick the moisture away because it's not
Oh.
bambu or what.
Could
You know what I'm
be.
If you
saying?
didn't
Yeah, not the bamboo. Yeah.
see part 1 yet, on YouTube, definitely check that one out because there's some really
Definitely.
great questions
Check
that were
that
asked
out.
and that I answered, okay?
Check that
But now
out.
we're moving right along because we've got a ton of questions to get to. The next question is from Industrial Gamer. and he
Industrial
asks the
Gamer.
following. He
Go.
says, "Hey Phil, I don't know if you've heard, but Sony has decided to officially and finally close PlayStation Home on March 31st, 2015.
Oh, the insane
PlayStation Home
troll people would troll the fuck out of DSP when he did PS Home. Let's see if he talks about that.
has been an annual comedic series that you've done since its beta release in 2008. My question is, will you be visiting PlayStation Home for one last time before it closes? I think longtime fans like myself would really enjoy seeing you tour it one more time, playing poker and minigames, as well as trolling the ladies. Hope to see this happen. Maybe when it finally
Trolling
does
the
happen,
ladies.
you can give your overall review of what
is
has
that
to
what
be the
happened
longest
back then?
I don't remember trolling the ladies. I remember people trolling the shit out of him. Here, let's get that
He
going. in a
watched
second.
those not that long ago, and I never saw a single second of it. Was he
No.
trolling ladies back in the days, boys?
That shout outs to that old Shoggoth who has 837 subscribers somehow only. This video has 90,000 views. There you go, Evil AJ in the house. Everyone get your ass on PSN Home and say hi to Phil. Loophole, who has been interviewed on this WPIG before.
section. Tuck your bunch of fuck hits. All right.
Oh God!
Tuck your
Hold on,
crotch, Street
that
Fighter.
chat. What do I use souls for? I'm the realest motherfucker on the internet. You can't block the truth, Phil. Coming for you, DSP. DSP, you are awesome. You make me laugh. I'm pressing buttons.
I'm a big
All right.
I'm pressing buttons fan.
God, oh my God, it's endless. In China, they say "Chicky Chang, Charlie Chan, Chicka Chaka Choka Cha." That's pretty correct, actually. Dark Side Feg, FPHEGG. There you go.
All right.
Your daughter has big titties.
Bunch of fucking
Okay.
idiots.
Okay,
A bunch
definitely.
of
Idiots.
misbehaving children. Hardcore uprising.
Kojima is better than DSP. What else we got there? I want to see them jiggy in my face. Okay.
Uprising. I don't understand why the chat opened because I didn't tell it to.
Uh-huh.
Disney's Revolution. Oh my god, I'm glitching. Disney's
glitching?
Oh my
Revolution.
god, a
Castlevania Lords
glitch!
of
Oh my
Shadow
god.
1? Is that what that's for? That's a little old. I'm glitching again. Oh my god. Look at these hilarious people with their
Can I
hilarious
date your daughter, Panda Lee?
jokes. They're so funny. I can't move, by the way. I'm locked again. Look. Good to see PS Home hasn't changed at all. It's a
Yeah,
bunch
remember,
of
this is where we're trolling ladies, though, guys.
fucking little shitheads.
Uh-huh.
It's the same
You
shitheads
say
as always. Big
CPS
dicks.
home?
Still,
Am I
oh, I'm
hearing
here.
nonsense?
Fucking little shithead. Good to see PS Home hasn't changed
I
at
got
all.
it,
It's a
CPS
bunch of
Home.
fucking
No,
little
no.
shitheads.
Good to
It's
see.
nice.
Yes.
Girl, look. She's... Everything okay? Aw. It's one unhappy black girl. Look, she's very unhappy.
What? Why do we have to... Okay.
I'll talk to her. I'll send her a message.
If there's a black person in the... he has to say it's black. It's just endless. It's 100%
He's
of
going
the time.
out of his way to message her even. Like, what are we...
Yeah.
What is this?
He has to say black. But if it's white, he'll never say it. But it has to say when they're black.
Message. Here we go.
Oh, this is it. This is it. The end is nigh. Want to bang one last time. Hilarious, man.
Well,
Oh,
it's kind of
man.
hard to bang with all these fucking people in my face. God damn it. Forget it. The moment is ruined.
Hilarious.
The moment is officially fucking ruined.
What
Let's get out of
about
here.
her? What about her being sad or black had to do with his
Yeah.
decision to ask if she wanted to bang?
She just
What,
standing
what am I
there.
supposed to read
Look,
out of that? What am I
Capcom.
supposed to get?
God, these idiots. Oh my god.
What does the guy say? I think fight me, Phil. Oh, fight me, Phil. Fight me, Phil.
Oh my god, these idiots.
DSP and
This is it.
PS
The
Home
whole
to
area
troll.
is just one little thing.
Yeah?
I guess there used to be like video and stuff here by itself. Dude, it
Okay.
did it again. All right, well this area is terrible. And
Let's move on.
to say the same
Do you still buy formula for your daughter, Panda Lee?
fucking jokes like they think they're funny. In L3 at all.
This is how you don't play Minecraft Episode 2 hype.
So either PS Home is like fuck.
All right, you got the
Up with
point.
my-
Anyways, you got the point. I guess that was him trolling girls right there. Okay.
Oh, I forgot this was an excursion. I forgot what the mission was, boss. My
Yeah.
bad. We're having too much fun.
All right. Then, so it's a lot of fun, as you can see. But he's trolling girls. Okay.
Maybe when it finally does happen, you can give your overall review of what has to be the longest public beta in gaming ever. Well, yeah.
Well, yeah.
PS Home is going away as of March 31st, 2015. And boy, what an interesting odyssey that thing has been. It basically never
What an
really had
interesting
a
odyssey.
coherent
You know, I don't know
coherent
much about
thing.
the
It never-
Odyssey, but I think if you use the word in and of itself, it has to be interesting, or you wouldn't use the word.
Yeah, Odyssey. Interesting Odyssey. No, I didn't see that, Vikes. If you got a link, I'll watch it, though. Bossman lost 40K. Nice.
No one really knew what it wanted to be. I
shit.
remember when it first launched, they were like, "Oh, it's going to be this social thing like Second Life, where you can have an avatar in there and you can, customize it through buying different clothes and stuff, and then you can talk to people all the time, and you could have social interactions and friends through PS Home. But also, there's going to be games that are going to be through PS Home
Did
exclusively.
anybody
and there's
use
gonna
it
be
that
trailers
way?
and content
Like,
and all
genuine
kinds-
question. Because I don't know a single person that ever played like PS Home or anything like that and genuinely made friends. Were we just like
Yeah.
not old enough, or
It's like, I think I remember like just logging in one time, but it was like, all right, I logged in, I'm done, right? It just was like,
yeah, that
there
was exactly my
yeah.
experience.
Yeah, not enough to do there yet. It wasn't like a MMO thing where you could like you said, Second Life. It wasn't like that, but I mean, maybe some people did. Who knows?
kinds of stuff. And after just experiencing it once, you were like, this is kind of stupid. Like, this is really dumb. Who would spend money on an avatar for a thing that you just run around and really don't do anything interesting in? And over the years, they tried to change it. They added in all these new segments of it. Oh, there's a new world for this game and a world for this game. And ultimately, after all these years of being public beta and never actually being done and saying this is the finished product, I think that Sony gave up and said, we're already into the next generation of consoles. Why are we going to continue to support this thing that really never took off in the first place? So, PS Home is going away in March. If people were being interested, yes, what I would like to do is probably the day before it goes offline, when probably undoubtedly the most people ever are going to jump on this thing.
Oh, I think that's what we just watched, by the way. Yeah, we watched.
I think that's why Bendis Nye did.
Yeah, we watched the ending of this, Yeah, we watched this last thing there. Oh, not that. There's...
To see it end, I would like to go on there and see the end of PS Home. And, it'll be interesting to see that final segment of what it is. I'm sure they're probably not really doing much new content for it anymore to see if there even is anything new. But I would definitely like to check it out one last time and just mess around with people in it. So look for that coming this March. And obviously as March approaches, remind me of it so that I remember. Okay, guys?
All right.
How do you get a
next
physical
question?
calendar at this point? Why didn't he go write it down?
Well, just remind me.
Is from Letario, and he asked the following. He says, 2 years ago, you uploaded a video called A Day in the Life of DSP, Why I Do What I Do, where you discussed your daily schedule and the stuff that you do, on a daily basis. Now that you've settled down in Seattle and made changes to your
51 minutes long, 106,000 views. Want to see that?
I was just about to ask. That
What
sounds
the
like a far more
fuck?
interesting video.
51 minutes. We're not watching the whole thing, but hold on. Look at all the figures. Oh my god. Oh, look at this. Look at this gamer. Now what? The ladies? How can you resist this, ladies? Come on.
What's up, everyone? Darkside Phil here with
Oh, looks like he's trying to focus his camera. Watch.
that.
Wait.
What's up?
See? He's focusing the camera.
yeah, he's getting it centered, obviously.
God damn, that beanie is on tight. Damn.
What's up, everyone? Darkside Phil here with a special video today. Mixing it up a little bit. And the reason I'm making this video, there's actually a couple reasons why I'm doing this, okay?
The reason I'm
First of all,
making this
just to
is
get
a couple reasons, actually.
Couple reasons.
this out of the way, because I know a lot of people won't be watching this the day that I'm making it, but I get the feeling that this video is going to answer a lot of questions
No, definitely.
that a lot of people have had about what I do exactly, what is my day like being a full-time gamer, being a full-time YouTuber,
Full-time gamer.
why do I do
A full-time gamer.
certain things that other people maybe don't do.
Let's see. So I'm sure he's going to talk about direct capture. Let's see if he says direct capture. Yes, he does. Okay, so here we go.
This, why don't you do direct capture? Why don't you do this or that? Okay.
Oh, here we go.
And I do direct capture, and I don't do just raw gameplay. I do montage machinima videos of my best gameplay over 20 matches, and the match where I went 327 kills to 2 deaths, and it's my best of video, and I do voiceover dubbing, and it's hilarious. I don't do that. That's
Why not?
what I'm about. That's never what I've done.
Why not?
Yeah,
So,
it's too hard.
the footage you see that I do is
I can't
raw.
do that because it's not what I've done before. Sound good?
That's not what I do. Raw.
Okay? And it
Here we go.
Yeah, and I'm getting better with it every day, with the adjustments of the brightness and whatever. I'm getting better at it, doing it on the fly. And so, even though you may notice that when in my gaming videos, it's not quite as good as people who do direct capture,
It's definitely not
I
as
still
good.
think it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's
and the
way-
fact that I
way
get to upload as
subpar.
much as I do, as fast as I do, and then I get to do the live commentary rather than having to edit and do fucking voiceovers later on, I think the benefits far outweigh the small drop in graphical quality of my videos, okay?
Just making
Okay, so now-
excuses for our being terrible.
If you're interested in DSP's routine, what he goes through to put out videos on a daily basis, and how he feels he's doing in regards to other YouTubers, this is a must watch. Does he mention anybody? Toby, no. Justine, no. I'm trying to see if he mentions any other. No, no. Let's address the elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room, which is always the biggest question when people first see my videos for the first time, is why don't I do direct capture footage? Why don't I have an
Hold on, one
HDPVR?
last part.
Only doing this for the money, and it disgusts me when you go and you see that their video got 300,000 fucking views for a stupid video, bad gameplay, bad commentary, everything about it is fucking bad, but because this asshole talks about Snooki, the video gets 300,000 views and this guy gets fucking paid.
Oh.
Fuck that shit, okay?
Yeah, fuck that shit.
It's not just a guy, let me put it that way. There are other people who do it that are women as well, so I don't want to allude that I'm talking about any one particular person.
Women under the bus too, obviously.
Yeah.
Leave no gender on, out from underneath the weight of the bus, please.
Yeah, fuck other
There's a
people.
lot of people that do this, and it's disgusts me because here I am busting my ass every day.
Right.
Busting my ass playing every game, uploading 30 videos a day, traveling, going to
Can you
conventions.
imagine unironically saying, I bust my ass every day playing every game?
Because, like, uploading 30 videos, like, that is crazy, but he's just doing it because that's how he gets the most money. So, like, yeah, like, uploading 30 videos is, like, a lot of, I don't want to say work, but a lot of, like, clicking and dragging. But it's just because that's how he gets the most money.
He's mistaking, like, the amount of actions being taken for, like, productivity, and that's just not the case. Like, he's just making it...
He chose to make it that hard because that's how you get the most money, so let's...
Go out gameplay, going into video game tournaments, doing stream commentary for you guys who are interested in fighting games.
He went to how many conventions total? We're bringing that up for hard work. I mean, come on. How many conventions did he go to total?
Covering everything and really just busting my ass.
My memory
celebrities on a vlog channel.
Yeah.
Give me a fucking break. When is the world gonna wise up that celebrity bullshit is not important and not interesting in any way?
Yeah,
it's a
definitely.
Joke, but
his channel will continue to subsist off of e-celebrity bullshit to this very day, and it's the only reason it's still successful.
Why do people care about it?
It is disappointing to me. It's frustrating to me knowing that I work hard and that other people like that are getting just literally they're sucky ass quality videos, but they get ridiculous amounts of views, way more than me, just because they have some bullshit.
Gotta throw that in there. Way more than me
previously. But here's my philosophy, okay?
Let's end with the philosophy, then we'll go back.
I've always been
Looks, he's about to do a promo like Cyrax. Look at him walking.
I was just gonna say this is a Cyrax promo, goddammit.
You know what? Music biz, Marty.
Here's my philosophy.
Look at this. There we go.
Say it.
Yeah.
Whip it out.
My whole life I've been a workhorse, meaning no matter where I worked, no matter what job I did, or regardless of not even was a job, if it was anything I applied myself to, I really worked my ass off, okay? Whether it was when I was in high school and I worked in fast food and I was the assistant manager working 16-hour shifts, or whether it was
16-hour shifts at the yogurt shop. All right.
So you think DSP ever actually worked a double in his entire life?
16 hours at the place? I'm wondering.
full-time job where
I don't even know that that's
instead of
legal
just
for
sitting at my
Rick at
desk
that
and
age.
doing the bare
He
minimum
was
like I
doing
could have,
that.
Oh,
was the one who spoke up and decided to take leadership and to run events, and actually, because I was recognized for this, ended up receiving special training in leadership.
That's the A certification.
And things like that. Or whether it's right now, where I could simply put 5 videos out a day, sit at my computer with direct capture, and do a fucking bare minimum of editing the video, and I'll put some fancy shit in, and I'll have hands
Minimum of
pointing to
editing.
Bare minimum of editing. Dude, what's bare minimum? Recording yourself raw and just uploading it like that, or doing any editing of any kind? You tell me what's more bare minimum.
like this video and thumbs up this video and blah blah blah, all the same bullshit that everyone else does, and I could do commentary that I fucking wrote out on a script for 12 hours to find the funniest punchline, and I could do that.
Could you now? Okay, I'd like to see that.
Or
Yeah, no
I could work
shit.
my
Yeah.
fucking ass off like I'm doing
but you
right.
have seen the scripts that he's made, right? For his top 10 countdowns or whatever. And they're absolutely abysmal. There's not an enjoyable line in them. And they're all obviously his first take. He can't even nail the delivery, let alone be funny in them.
Yeah, then maybe you wouldn't have to work, at this point, seven days a week to make it happen. Maybe you wouldn't have to work that much if you did do the work required to make, edited content. But no, we're just going to keep uploading 30 videos a day, 7 days a week, because that's what it takes.
Right now. And for
And call that being harder work than what they do.
me, I'm happy with what I'm doing.
Okay.
In the past year that I've done
That's
this as
all
a
that
full-time
matters.
job,
Uh-huh.
I've been very successful. to the point where now I'm looking to expand and possibly move on to bigger and better projects. While don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to keep doing this, but actually branching myself out and diversifying myself into other stuff. I may get an office next year. I mean, there's so many things, positive, cool things that are going
That didn't happen. This is when he was making a fuck ton of money. This is a Skyrim style.
on right now.
Yeah,
because
sky's the
I've
limit
worked
here.
Yeah. This is when he thought he could buy the fucking world.
my ass off. And I'm
Skyrim
enjoying what I'm
literally came out. What does that say? 20? It was November 20th, 9
Yes.
days ago. Skyrim came out.
This was his most viewed month on YouTube possible, right? This is like in history right here. And as you can see from all the shit around him, he's made more money than ever right now. So
I'm doing, and I have no complaints. I really can't. I'm the last person on the planet that can complain about what I'm doing right now because I'm loving what I'm doing and I'm making money doing it and I'm successful. Okay? So
all right, we got the philosophy. Back to it. Okay, this question comes from that guy watching that video.
and the stuff that you do, on a daily basis. Now that you've settled down in Seattle and made changes to your routine, is it possible that you will make another video in the future to update what you do on a regular basis or talk about changes here? Thanks. See, that's interesting because he's absolutely right. I remember when I made that video, a lot of people had said, Phil, we want to see your day-to-day stuff. We want to see how you operate, how you work, and why you explain to us why you do it that way.
Yeah, I won't show you, but I'll just talk about it for an hour.
Now, keep in mind, back in 2012 when I made that
do
video,
a single like, all
No.
right, guys, I just finished recording. I'm gonna go, and take the memory card over to the
No.
computer and start uploading. Like none of that. He literally just talked at his countertop.
Yes, that was the show you part.
it was a much different thing. I was still one of the few people who was using a digital camera to record gameplay instead of direct capture.
And you said that was better,
not
by the way.
live streaming. I lived by myself in Connecticut. I had a much more flexible schedule than I do now. I wasn't living with my girlfriend at the time. There's a lot of things were a lot different back then. And now for me to do a day in the life video now,
What?
okay, versus then would be insanely different. Like seriously,
why don't you do
insanely
it?
different. And I think people would like it. I'm not sure how I would do it because it's kind of like, how do I explain
Hang on.
what I do
It's
when I
really
when I
funny
get
that
up
he
the
said
first-
that people would like it, considering just this past week he was talking again about how Mike Klum wanted to record him in the grocery store, and he was
Yeah.
absolutely baffled and confused why anyone would think that that's interesting. So it's once again weird how we have flip-flopped on that take.
And he said how like I didn't even get it. But back then he was all about it. But now all of a sudden he says to Mike Klum, I don't know why Mike Klum was asking that. Yeah, because you're a log cow and it's fun to see log
I'm
cows
just a
do
normal
stuff.
guy. I don't
Yeah.
know, man. Why that would be interesting.
What changed?
First thing I do is this, and then I head in and I start working, and then I do this, and then I go on break and I have dinner and I do chores and then I do this. Could I walk around and actually show you that live, or is it more of maybe I film several videos during the day and I edit that into like a montage to really show you overall? Well, all the lights went out outside again. What the hell? To show you all overall during the day
hell?
how it works. I
This
think
sounds
I
like a
have to
tractor.
figure it out. I have to find a balance of how exactly that would work perfectly. But I think it might be something interesting that that people are interested in.
So why don't you do
However,
it?
that being said,
Oh.
it's not something that I'm going to be doing anytime soon because I'm so busy right now during the hardcore gaming season. And as soon as those 2 weeks hit in November, where
yeah.
it is just insane amount of releases, and it's going to take me into December, I'm just going to be nuts and insanely busy. But perhaps coming back from December and next year, I can do something like that.
All right. Cool, man. Sounds good to me. So that's not going to happen. I don't think that ever happened, by the way.
Okay,
I
next
can check, though.
question is from King M USA. Excuse me. He says, "Hey Phil, huge fan since Modern Warfare 2. I love your stuff. It's so dark in here right now because the sun went away. It's so weird. I've always been interested in your thoughts on the Howard Stern show.
Turn the fucking
You mentioned a
light
couple of
on,
times that
dude.
you enjoy
Howard
listening
Stern
to him,
show.
but never really went into detail about it. And I was wondering. And so he has a list, a laundry list of questions here about the Howard Stern show. So let's go through them quickly.
Oh, please.
Number one, what do you think of his show now since he's older, and do you think he's still relevant?
This pertains to somebody I know, not how I'm
I
feeling
wonder.
about how they are.
I think he would say yes to this. I was a big Howard Stern guy as well. I think he would say he is still relevant. That's what I'm going to predict. I know you don't know too much about Howard Stern, right, Atlus?
But like a lot of his bits are a lot of modern bits are still just Howard Stern bits, isn't it? Like at the end of the day.
I
Like the
think
whack
he's-
pack
yeah.
thing that PPP's building up, right? Like you could
Yeah.
even say that's a derivative of, the Howard Stern.
I think he's going to say he's still relevant at this point.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. Since Howard Stern left terrestrial radio and went to satellite radio, he lost a shitload of
alien
listeners, 'cause
radio.
He became the best version of himself when he went to satellite radio. This is a dented take. He became his best show ever was when he first moved. That was like 5 years after he moved. Was the best he ever was. But okay, go ahead, Philip.
terrestrial radio and went to satellite
He's
radio.
still going
There
on
was
there
a
now.
paywall ALT.
I haven't listened in 10 years regularly, but when I was listening, before I went to Japan, I was like 5 year stretch when like he was like the best, man. But all right, anyways.
radio.
You guys like Howard
Stern.
Stern. Chris Benoit has it right. Art Bell is the real king of radio. Conspiracy theories in the car late at night with Art Bell is real radio. You don't know what you're
I
talking
know
about.
some of the guys talk about Art Bell. I don't know how I missed Art Bell. Like I don't even know anything about him. I know like people told me stuff, so now I've listened. Like he does like alien stuff and things like this. But like, where did you listen to that? Where?
Atlus lore, right? My dad had to take me and my girlfriend back. He had to take my girlfriend back home from like hanging out at our house when I was could not drive. And I remember it being in the van, he would turn on Art Bell and we would just listen to these weirdo alien conspiracies in the back. And it was actually a really good time. We laughed and hee-hawed the whole way.
So wait,
Not a horse, by the way.
how
Just
did you
wanna
hear
clear
it?
that.
Was it just on AM radio, like normal radio?
Yeah, well, no, it was on AM
See?
or FM. I'm not quite sure, but it was
Okay.
literally on the radio. It was on like a throwback station. They would play old Art Bell at this time on this day of the week, and that's just the way it was.
Interesting. See, I never heard any Art Bell somehow. But yeah, okay, I missed it. How about Loveline? Any Loveline enjoyers out there? Now that was a good show. Let me tell you. That was maybe before your time, but that was a fun show. Redneck Preppy in the house says, has anyone ever else used the term hardcore gaming season? No, just DSP. That's a DSP thing through and
I
through.
use it ironically because he says it.
Since his beginning of his gaming career, he said hardcore gaming season. Yeah, Dr. Drew and Adam Krigler. No, not Adam Krigler. Carolla. There it is. There it is.
The originator
Yeah.
of the podcast, I hear, Adam Carolla.
Yes. That was an awesome show, and I was like that. I like the perfect age when you're interested in that kind of stuff. That hit me at the perfect age. I would like record that on tape, guys. Atlus doesn't know what that is, but I would record that and listen to that again.
The
So
sticky stuff. What are you talking about?
that was some of my radio history there. That's why I love radio. It's from Loveline, and Howard Stern's my main guy. But anyways, old Howard Stern.
Listeners, because let's face it, something that's free versus something that you pay for, you're always going to get a loss there. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
And I was one of the people who made the jump to satellite radio when Howard Stern left terrestrial radio.
If he says it's worse when he moved, it's like the most dented take possible.
And I'll be honest, for the first few years, I really enjoyed the content.
Yeah.
I thought it was really well done. They had a lot of uncensored stuff.
Yeah.
The last 2 years of Howard Stern, I really feel is kind of like his swan song. And what I mean by that is I just don't think there was much reason to even tune into him
Does
anymore.
this go on the board for most dented takes of all time?
For me, it does. Like when Artie was there until Artie left, that show was incredible. No, I'm Artie guy, 100%. Nobody.
Listen to his opinions on stuff, and he's
Every
really
clip I've
uneducated.
seen of Howard Stern is better when Artie's around.
Yes, Artie was a legend on the show.
On a lot of the stuff he's talking about, like almost like he just doesn't really care anymore. You know, when he was young, he would be really opinionated on an issue to the point where he would dig at someone and he would attack people, he would make fun of people, he would do all this crazy stuff. And now as he's getting older, I hate to say it, he seems to be turning into his parents. Like he used to make
See, now that happened, but he's way too early to make this take. Before, when he was on regular radio, he was trying to be a true shock jock and like just do as crazy shit as possible, hate as many people as possible for the shock value. When he got to this is real deep, Atlus. I apologize, but real quick.
Right, I know you're good. I like the lore.
Once he moved to satellite, he knew he didn't kind of have to do that as much. So he kind of got really in the zone of how he makes his content. It was really good. It wasn't shock for the reason of being shock. It was like, what's the funniest shit we can do? And there was no limits to how to be funny. And that was really what made it, the magic happen. Is like, it was just, what is the funniest shit we can think of? Let's do it, right? But before that, Sirius Radio, I felt like there was sometimes they were just doing shock shit to do shock shit. right? But and the staff
Right,
drama,
right.
that's what he did. He made the staff be interesting people, and that was the magic of him, I think, is that he made people that don't care, that you don't really know or care about, interesting. And Eric the Midget was a great part of the show, Brock Sampson. Thanks for bringing him up. God rest his soul. Anyways, moving on positively here. Johnny Rico says Opie and Anthony for life, better than Howard. Now, see, I never gave him a chance, really. I have seen some stuff about Opie and Anthony recently, how, like, Opie's salty about Anthony still having a career and shit like that. But I don't really follow that
I've
shit
seen
now,
Opie recently, like, drinking himself on stream. I had Blade style. So, I don't know, man. All I know about these old radio style guys, aside from Marbell, is like their dramas, rather. So I don't know anything other than that.
Yeah, but maybe summer we'll do an old radio show, guy. The old radio talk show. That'd be fun.
Fun of his parents for being like these kind of typical Jewish people who complain about everything. And now every day when you tune into the Howard Stern show, the first thing you hear is Howard Stern.
See, Wook Duff said this sounds like shows for old people. No, they're very hip. We're all hip.
It's true. It's true.
We're hip and cool.
About everything. And now every day when you tune into the Howard Stern show, the first thing you hear is Howard Stern complaining about everything. And it's like,
that was what he always did.
Literally turned into his parents.
He always complained.
I don't know if he's self-aware enough to look in the mirror and see that. A lot of the times he thinks he's the most relevant person. You see him on America's Got Talent. He says, I am America's judge. When in reality, a lot of America don't even really listen to him or know what his thoughts are on anything anymore.
Good point, Philip. Nailed it.
Anyway, unfortunately, I have to say, I used to really like his content. At this point, I didn't really listen to it for almost a year. And then when I got my new car, when I moved here to Washington, they forgot to put the satellite radio in it, and I don't even have satellite radio anymore. So the only way that I could listen to Howard Stern is...
What? How does that happen? They didn't move your... I bet he paid for it, too.
So he paid for it and he got scammed out of it, or they didn't put in a radio in the car that got satellite, which I'm really pressing X to doubt, considering didn't he wind up with a BMW?
And they forgot to put it in. What? Yeah. Did they put it in? He didn't activate it? I bet he was paying. I wonder how long.
They didn't log in for him, so they didn't put it in.
I bet he got the monthly plan, and he's still paying to this day. Can you imagine? They're still paying for Sirius Radio.
Where's that on the bank?
And I have not even
done
it once. So unfortunately, no, I have not listened to Howard Stern, and I think he is kind of out of touch. And really, I don't really find his stuff that too good anymore. Okay.
Yeah, I stopped paying for Sirius probably a long time ago now, 10 years ago now. But that 5-year stretch was the golden years, and I look back on that time very fondly.
Next question. When was your first time listening to the show? It was back in high school. I remember during the morning drive from my home to high school, I used to fiddle with the radio as my mom was driving. This was before I had my driver's license, and we would go through different shows. I remember listening to him in the morning a few times. I found him funny. What were your favorite bits on the show? Now, that's just wild.
Yeah, come on, Philip, get some bits going.
Because he did so much crazy stuff over the years, whether strippers in the studio.
Your favorite one?
Just give me a bit, Philip.
The grandmother age porn star. Some of the crazy things with
bit.
Richard and Sal over the years. The phony phone calls were hilarious. The stuff
Richard
with
and Sal did that.
Jackie the Joke Man Martling. Some of the bits and shit that he did. The what was it? The German guy that they did, who always was supposed to be like almost like a Nazi, and he.
Philip, don't pretend like you don't know him. Isaac Himmler. That's what you did, Philip.
The very vague. Didn't want to let on that he knew too much about this character.
Don't pretend you forgot about him.
German guy that they did, who always was supposed to be like almost like a Nazi, and he would say really messed up stuff about the Jews, but it was all funny because it was not. You were supposed to do like an over cartoonish character of this. Of course, everyone took it the wrong way and got insulted.
It was funny though because it was cartoony.
He just had so many great bits over the years that really, still resound with me. I'll be honest, a lot of my comedy stuff kind of comes from the Howard Stern show or that style of comedy. Favorite Whack Packers, geesh.
I'm glad we got away from that, by the way. As our redemption arc has continued, we've stopped being like Howard Stern and using that as a crutch, and I have to appreciate that, I guess.
What's his
style of comedy?
What's his favorite what?
Favorite Whack Packers.
Favorite Whack Packer. Yeah, I want to hear who his favorite Whack Packer is because he would become Triple P's Whack Packer. That's pretty cool. So here we go.
Geesh. I mean,
circle.
there was of the Whack Pack, so many. The classic ones from back in the day, the newer ones from the satellite years. Obviously,
Name
the ones in my
one.
mind are the newer ones from the satellite years because those are the closer years.
Name one.
And obviously, Eric, the actor,
Right.
who
Like-
unfortunately just passed away recently. Rest in peace.
Shout outs to Eric the actor. That was Eric the midget, but he would want to be called by Eric the actor himself. That was.
Bigfoot, he was real funny.
Shout outs to Bigfoot.
Of course, you got the classic. I forget her name. From the woman from Brooklyn. I forget her name. Everyone who knows her voice sounds like a fucking
Marianne from Brooklyn.
crow. She's on all the time. She's funny.
That's Marianne.
There's so many different characters that have come out of that show that really, if you're in the Howard Stern universe, you see them as like celebrities, and if you're outside of the Howard Stern universe, you're like, who the fuck are you talking about?
Yes.
I say, why didn't we get a Beetlejuice?
Yeah, Beetlejuice is
real
a
Howard
classic.
Stern fans enjoy Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice
Yeah,
is the one I
exactly.
had an interaction with. I was trying to get into the bathroom, and he was in front of me to go into the bathroom at a Sal and Richard comedy show. So that was my brush with Beetlejuice.
You went to a
And-
Sal and
Beetle-
Richard comedy show?
Yes, I did. I was a hardcore fan.
Juice, of course, Beetlejuice. I have to mention.
And Sal, the stockbroker, bought me a shot because we bought him. Me and my friend were there. We said, "Oh, let's do a shot together." He was at the bar afterwards, and he said, "Yeah," but then he bought one for us back, so he bought me a shot. Sal, the stockbroker. What a legend.
him. Thoughts on Artie Lang? Did you
Didn't
like
already
him or
call
did you prefer
the Hack Pack?
What? Yeah, he did call them the hackback. Yes.
Juice? Of course, Beetlejuice. I have to
Were they
mention
funny?
there you
Did
go.
you enjoy your time?
Yeah, it was fun. It was good.
Thoughts on Artie Lang? Did you like him or did you prefer Jackie Martling? I don't think you could really like one over the other because they're
Yes, you can. Artie was way better.
completely different styles of comedy.
Okay.
Jackie Martling was kind of like this crazy laugh, and he'd have these really dirty jokes and weird observations about
Okay.
things. Artie Lang was more kind of a self-deprecating style comedian with an Italian flair and all this stuff from Brooklyn and
He's
stuff
Italian,
Italian
flair.
like that. Jersey
got the
references.
Silvano
So I
comedy.
really liked them both. I
He
actually
had the Italian
it was
flair.
very, very sad when Artie unfortunately tried to commit suicide and
Yeah.
ended up basically never being on the show again after that. I don't know what the situation was. No one really knows what the actual situation was around that. And I felt that the show kind of lacked after he left a lot. It was a big
Yeah,
personality,
that
a
is
big
true.
person who just gone from the show that I knew and loved, taken out of the formula. And honestly, that was started the time when I stopped liking it so much because it became more about Howard bitching about everything than having Artie interject funny stuff. So
Yeah, okay. He's right about that.
all right, so
He's
those
right
are all his
about that.
questions. So there you go. My know-how on the Howard Stern Show, and quite honestly, I probably will never talk about it again because I don't listen to it anymore. I fell out of love with it over the past couple of years. I don't even have the satellite radio in my car anymore, and that's just the sad fact of and reality of it. Okay.
Yeah, let's.
Sad fact
you wanna-
and reality.
Next
There's
question is
nothing
from
he
Cody
could do,
Carl.
even though he totally would.
So Artie Lang these days is looking kind of rough. I'll show you a picture, Atlus. So I'll show you before cocaine and after cocaine. Heroin, excuse me. So here's before. He was always a larger gentleman, but
Yes.
disheveled style gentleman.
Never really
And-
looked healthy, but
Here, well, he's always on drugs, and here's him now. If you notice the nose.
Yeah,
so the
that
story,
nose is-
yeah, the story for that cocaine was the thing. Yeah, I think the cocaine. So he snorted. I believe he snorted a lot of glass one time, and they couldn't fix it because he snorted so much glass. So that's
Jesus.
don't snort stuff, guys. That's the message I'm sending to you.
especially
Don't
glass.
snort.
Don't eat it. Don't snort glass. Got it?
I think it's like there was some drugs as well, but there was. Here's a good look. Yeah, it's totally flat now. So, but what? Well, you think it was BS? But then how does it get like that, Link? Oh, not Link. Who said that? He was crushing a pill with a
Just
salt
yelling at
shaker.
random
yeah,
people.
and random at everyone. What? How is that BS though? Like it has to happen somehow. Oh, he was crushing coke with oh wait, he was crushing a pill with a salt shaker. Ah, yes. Okay, well, that'll happen. So then the salt shaker broke, and then he got glass in there? I mean, how else? Something's going to make that happen. No, I think it's actual glass, guys. Actual glass. That's what he said in the book, his book at least. So, I mean, could he be lying? Absolutely. He lied about a lot of shit. He was
You're a
an
real
addict.
fan. You read the book? Good damn. Goddamn.
Yeah. Uh-oh, DSP Gaming
You
says...
loved Howard Stern.
Yeah, he was like, I mean, legitimately, my biggest, I mean, not to get too deep into this, but legitimately, my biggest media enjoyment before like YouTube and shit was absolutely that. That's like, I was into that. High school through college, yeah, I'd say. Trying to get shaders to work. Oh boy, says DSP Gaming in his chat. But we still got time.
I forgot we were doing this tonight.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And he says, so now that you have
okay,
lived
but
and
if he doesn't get gameplay started for like a fucking hour.
Yeah, that's a problem, guys. That's going to be an issue.
I'm going to have to tough it out.
We can't be here like last time.
Washington for a little while. How has the air treated you? Do you feel like your congestion is getting any better? Are you waiting until you get that damn healthcare card situation cleared to figure that one out?
Damn healthcare?
So I have some updates. First of all, as you guys probably know, I've mentioned this in pre-streams, I have healthcare now. I got my healthcare card, and in fact, today I got my welcome packet. Finally, I have freaking healthcare.
Yeah.
Okay? So in that regards, I'm good. If I need
This is
to go
such
to
a
the doctor,
weird thing
I
to
can.
have to brag about
Woo,
online
yeah, I got
on your
healthcare.
video gameplay channel.
Of course, the problem now is we're in the
Nobody
middle
else
of the
has to do
busiest
this.
gaming time of the year, and I can't really take time out to go to a doctor appointment. So right now, it's kind of on hiatus. Probably, again, I know I keep saying next year.
This guy
But come next
actively
year when
picking
things slow
video
down,
games
probably one of the
over
first
his
things I'm going to
health.
do is go
For
to
the
Uh-huh.
record.
Yeah. Fuck that shit. Oh, DSP Gaming now says, no one else responded, by the way. I'm not lying. I'll show you. This is DSP in his chat. Remember when I told you he said that first comment? Well, no one has responded since then. And then he said, okay, got that working. Now trying a controller mod. So we're still working.
Why does he insist on playing Minecraft with a controller? What is wrong with him?
Trying a controller mod. Hang on, guys. So,
go to the doctor and get a physical and get checked out. Okay.
yeah, might want to do that,
All
man.
right.
All right.
All right.
So what else?
What else to
In
talk
regards
about?
to my health and my, as you can hear, my throat and all that. If you've noticed, if you guys
What?
have noticed,
Yeah,
since
oh.
I moved
Kid.
out here, I have not lost my voice. My voice, I told you, I haven't had any swelling or real soreness in my throat. Now you do hear me clearing my throat and snorting a little bit and still
Yeah.
doing that, and that's because
Well, that's to be expected from any streamer, right? Snorting. Who doesn't? Who among us doesn't snort
the
from time
best.
to time?
I have post-nasal drip, and that's not just going to go away
Let
because
he
of the
without
quality.
snort cast
Yes.
the first stone, as
Yes.
they say.
Is better. And also, I know I have a minor fungal infection. I was diagnosed with this fungal infection in Connecticut right before I moved.
Fungal?
And they gave me medicine at that point, and I took the medicine for like 4 days, and then when I moved, I don't know where it went. I literally got here, I'm like, where is this medicine?
We lost our fungal medicine.
And we couldn't find it, and it's not in any of the stuff that was
DSP's got a like deep-seated fungal infection that's been just under the radar since he showed up
Dude.
in Washington. All the growths and spores and shit in the house are literally spawning from the guy. It's a
Fungal
Nurgle aura,
is kinda-
100%.
Fungal is scary too. Like fungus is like growing thing, man. Like fungus is scary on your body.
Like, that's
you know
a
what I
living
mean?
thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, man.
back, and it's gone. So then I didn't have health care, and I couldn't go back to the doctor to get the medicine again. So what I need to do when I go for this checkup, in January, I need to explain to them, listen, I know I probably have this minor fungal infection. I need this medicine again so I can properly take it for probably a month and get rid of this infection because it never went
I
away.
like that we keep saying
it's still
minor.
there.
Maybe
So I
maybe
figure
my
once that's
standards are
gone,
too high.
okay, then maybe I
In January, it's
fungal
October.
infection.
It's October, by the way, right now.
Yeah, gee, what do I do for post-nasal drip? How do I
what do you do?
cure that? Is there a
Yeah,
cure or
what
is
do
it
you
just an
do?
ongoing treatment? I need to talk to a doctor about it, and that's the bottom line. I need to see a doctor,
There
and
we
I
go.
can't do it right now, but in a couple months I
Hey.
will.
That's the first bottom line.
Yeah, somehow.
Okay, next question.
Jesus.
From oh, wait, I almost skipped one. This one is actually from... All right, this is a really serious question, everyone. This is a
Oh,
very
please.
serious question. And I know that some people are going to be dicks about it, but I want you to understand I want to address this because this is a very important subject that a lot of people deal with on a daily basis, or know people who deal with this on a daily basis, okay?
Listen up.
This one is from King of Kings 5400, and he asks the following question. Hi, Phil. I've got a question regarding depression. Several YouTubers have from time to time come forth and said that they are depressed and talked about their depression. I don't know who most of them are, but I've noticed their videos and watched some of them. The big one that comes to mind is actually Hutch, who had depression a few years back. They talk about the pressure and anxiety that comes with having a
You hate him, right, Philip? Don't forget that.
YouTube channel and how it's a big weight on their life and how it can ruin their personal life. My question or questions is this. Have you experienced any kind of depression during your time on YouTube? Or how have you dealt with the pressure or anxiety that may come from having a bigger YouTube channel? Thanks from a longtime fan and viewer. Okay. First of all, I want to give you guys the honest truth on this, okay?
Yeah, please.
And
Please.
you might be surprised at the actual answer to it.
Oh, yeah, you're
all
good.
right. And I'm not going to go too much into the details,
My depression.
but I do want to let you guys know that at one point in my life, I actually did battle depression. Incidentally, though, it was actually before I started YouTube.
medication.
It was
He said in the Rambo thing that he was almost like suicidal during this late 2000s.
actually a set period of time that was probably between, I would say, probably 1 to 2 years into when I had that office job that I talked about. That was my full-time job when I was first starting off. Probably, I'd say, until about maybe, I don't know, maybe a year to a little bit less than a year before I started YouTube. All right. And it was pretty bad. It was to the point where, like, I would get up in the morning and I would say, I really don't like the situation I'm in. I'm stuck living with my parents. I don't have money. I got kicked out of 2 jobs.
Hey.
I'm in a big financial.
All right.
Now admitting to being kicked out of 2 jobs.
I don't have money. I got kicked out of 2 jobs. I'm in big financial debt. And, I don't have a girlfriend. I'm in no kind of a situation where I
What was
can
the
even start.
debt? How did we get into that debt? We brushed over that very
girls.
quickly.
Got into a lot of debt. Whose fault is that?
Dating a girl because I live with my parents and I have no money, and I'm working this job that really I don't feel I'm being
I've
appreciated.
seen plenty
at.
of dudes that live with their parents get bitches. It is what it is, man.
Yeah.
And when you really wake up,
Excalibur, I was surprised to hear that too. He said that during the Rambo and Howard debunk. He said he was feeling suicidal in the late 2000s. I don't think he said it since then, but he definitely did say it there. It was on the last. If you look at the playlist for Howard and the Rambo one, you'll see it there in the last episode.
and I'm working this job that really I don't feel I'm being appreciated at. And when you really wake up in the morning and you have no positive thing to really look forward to, that's when this can start to happen. At least that's when it started happening to me. I don't really have anything to look forward to today. I'm going to go to work and not like it. I'm going to come home and be all worn out. And what am I going to do at night? I don't know. I'll probably have a drink. I'll be honest, I started drinking a lot during this period of time, and that only compounds depression when you try to get a substance to compensate for the depression, okay? And, it's funny because people around you, it's very easy to hide
This is
depression.
funny, you guys.
And people around you probably won't know that you have depression if you hide it well. There were people who I had known for years. There were people who I was friendly with and coworkers with daily who had absolutely no clue that I was depressed. I would even say my parents probably don't even know that I was depressed. Okay? And that's how serious of an illness it can be, is that it eats most of them
no
are.
way that people in DSP's real life didn't know.
Yeah, I
this
know.
guy can't shut
What?
up about anything.
Mine is I'm out of it. All right?
Oh, wait, hold on.
Serious of an illness it can be is that it eats away the inside of you, and no one can see it. It's not like, oh, you got a cut on your face, you're hurt. No, it's like, it's something that no one knows about, no one can even possibly see, and then all of a sudden, one day you start having crazy thoughts. All right?
Crazy thoughts such as?
And I'm not going to
Just
go too
one
much into
day.
detail
Uh-huh.
about my
There's
personal
no
situation.
telltale signs until one day you're having absolutely crazy thoughts.
Because the bottom line is I'm out of it, all right? I came out of it. I ended up starting doing positive changes for my life, including buying that condo in Connecticut, moving out, and finally making fun videos for people on the internet that ended up catching on, got very popular. People really enjoyed the videos. It changed my life. I started making money. I was able to get myself out of the financial hole that I was dug in. I ended up finally getting laid off from that job that I really wasn't appreciated at, and ended up doing this full time. And since then, I mean, things have only gotten better. And a lot of people might say, oh, but Phil, your views are down or whatever. How could I possibly complain about my life? Just have some perspective here.
Oh, please.
I went from living with my parents to having my own condo and then having my own business, making my own schedule, having money, dating women, finally having a
Dating women.
a full-time girlfriend who I want to be with, moving out of that situation,
Dating women.
moving up to a better house out here in Washington. You know what I mean? Like, how could I possibly sit here and say I complain and be depressed?
Yes.
I have nothing but positive shit to say. And yes, daily I may bitch about this or that little thing,
Oh, yeah, you might be like Howard Stern.
but understand that that's not me as a whole, how I see my life. My life is great. And I
But
have
it is
no
Howard
condition to sit here and just bitch about stuff all day and say that I'm not overall happy. Overall, I am very happy with my life situation, okay?
Okay.
But even then, there are things... Depression can be so bad that even if everything around you is good, it could still fucking eat at you. And I'm going to be honest with you guys.
Go ahead,
There are days when I wake up and,
honest.
you know, I'm like, damn, that game that I'm playing that I may be enjoying really isn't catching on with the viewers. They're not liking the content that I'm putting out.
All about money.
Apparently, at least that's how they're speaking with their view. They're not watching. They're not showing up for the stream.
It's all about money.
I go to my forums and all I see are negative threads about how Phil needs to do this to improve and Phil needs to change this about himself and Phil needs to really live up to this and this and this, and no positive reinforcement. It's all negative reinforcement. Negative, negative, negative.
Where's my
ALT, I think it's even worse than... I was going to say, I think it's even worse than all about money. It's all about ego.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
And money is tied to his ego. Yeah, that's what he. I mean, how he gets. That's what he thinks. Acceptance is tied to money. So, Jeff K. It says underappreciated at work is no head pats, and he wanted that from his fucking forums too. I want that from my forums. Come
What's
on,
the whole
guys.
point of them? I need your feedback. Tell me how to make money, and also give me ass pats every single time I do something. Let me know how great I am, please. What's your favorite moments? Tell me how great I am.
Fluffy Flapjack says, as someone with depression always angers me, he clearly doesn't know the difference between being depressed and being diagnosed with depression. Yeah, he just thinks being sad is depression, basically, right? Being in a bad mood for the day, right, is depression in his mind. That's, I mean, he's never had a doctor tell him he has depression or whatever, anything for it. He just said, like, that's it. DSP in chat now saying, working on, mods. So he's working on mods right now. That's why he's late. So we might get the full answer to this question before he fucking starts.
So then I go to Twitter and I see, fuck you, you piece of shit. You're a horrible gamer. You don't deserve to get any views or money. Fuck you. The other day I got a tweet. Stop Gamergate, because Gamergate is so bad at this point. It makes DSP look like a good person. When I get that kind of stuff, I mean, it's easy to say, oh, just brush it off, it's the internet. But when you get that much negativity at once, it can add up. And I could have a day where at one point I was feeling good and all that shit hits me and it's like, fuck, man. You know, that really makes me feel like shit and sad, because I thought that I was doing something positive and fun for everyone. And this was a great movement of, you know, being an independent gamer and being able to speak my mind. And people wanted to hear the stuff that I had to say, and people wanted to watch me play games because they found it entertaining. And then all of a sudden,
Jesus Christ,
hit with a wave of fucking negativity. It can get to you, all right?
It can get to you.
And this is a great thing to announce, by the way, to all of your haters and trolls online, that this really gets to you and actually makes you depressed and think about crazy thoughts.
Just letting you know, guys, it does get to me. Thank you.
Fucking negativity. It can get
Being
to you,
called
all right?
old, it really does get to him. He messages me privately about it. You guys should totally stop.
Philip update from real life. Shaders work, controller mod does not. Okay. Why don't you start the stream and figure it out?
To say that any of that stuff would ever make me go back to where I was, because I was literally standing on the edge at one point with the amount of drinking that I
There you go. See, standing on the edge. Is this what he thinks, like nearly suicidal, like you said in that video? Let's see.
Doing, and the fact that I was just so negative about everything and hating my life and hating everything around me. And I'm so different now. I'm going to be honest with you guys. You guys, the viewers, who have stuck with me, you guys who basically supported me the whole way through, no matter what was going on, no matter what lame brain thing I said, no matter if views were high or low, if I was on the high of a high or a low of the wave of popularity that I had on YouTube, you guys coming back and saying that you appreciate my content and you find me entertaining and that I put a smile on your face during a day when otherwise you were depressed, that makes me feel good, and it makes me know that I can never go back to where I was. My life has so dramatically changed positively that in no way, shape, or form, even if all this ended today and YouTube shut down and I made no money and I had to go out and get a 9-to-5 job somewhere that I really fucking hated, at no point could I say I could go back to where I was in that depression, because I had this time to share with you that was so overwhelmingly great. Okay?
You got enough ass pats all at once on the internet to make up for real life sucking ass? Is that, am I hearing that right?
That he said he has some days where he feels like shit? Okay.
So in that regard, you know, I don't think I would ever go back there. Now, he in particular, King of Kings, is talking about other YouTubers who may be feeling these great influences, the pressure of having a channel and all that, right?
Okay, yeah.
Absolutely can empathize with those people, because I've been there. Like I said, I'll be playing a game and wow, I love this game. This game is great. I'm really enjoying it. And then all I get is negative feedback about how I sucked at the game, and people saying you're doing your YouTube channel wrong. You should be doing it this way, not this way. You know, and it's funny because all the changes that I've instituted over the past 2 years, including direct capture, live streaming, completely revamping my website, completely revamping my YouTube page, all right?
Yeah. Because
these
YouTube made you do it? Go ahead.
Positive changes that overall, if you looked at my content from 2 or 3 years ago and you compared it to my content today, I don't think anyone would say that the content is worse. You have to say
same shit today.
the visual quality is better, the auto quality is better. You're the same guy. You didn't change over the years.
Because he waited so long to not listen to this feedback of people telling him that he sucks ass. Like, he didn't make enough of an improvement now. He's too far behind.
Enjoying the games, you're still having fun, especially with playthroughs like Alien Isolation, where it was a game that was like a gem, a diamond in the rough after, you know, all this dead time, and me really enjoying the playthrough. People love it. So in that regard, you know, all the positive things I've done, yet there's still, if you go to my forums, I shit you not, you will see everything. Phil really needs to change. Phil, you know, Phil's not doing this right.
Yeah.
Phil, and it's like, how much do you want me to change? Do you really want me to just be a cookie cutter of everyone else out there? Because I could do that. I could literally...
Could you?
Stop putting out gameplay videos the way I do.
No cookie cutter.
I won't stream everything like I do. I'll record most of my stuff offline. I'll edit it so there's all effects and stuff. I'll edit out the fails. I'll make it a highly stylized video with effects. You know... I will do half-an-hour videos instead of 10 to 15-minute videos, like I normally
just think it, and it appears in the video. And that's never been how it works. It's definitely not how it works now. So what sort of alien technology did he think he had?
Like, he could do the stuff other YouTubers do without even, like, the effort it takes to get to that point of, you know, editing in a easy-to-digest and interesting manner. But
do. And
or the patience. This guy can't even set up fucking mods correctly and take the time to do that. You think he's actually sitting down to edit anything worth the shit?
Oh, interesting. This is the week the mods told him to stop breaking the forum rules and warned him that they would walk out. This was that week? Nice.
Upload 2 videos daily instead of the multiple videos that I do. It'll take me months to finish a single playthrough, right? I could easily be like them.
No, you couldn't.
But for me, the point is...
Lost Records Tape 2 has been taken off the thread. I will revolt if that's the case. That is the game that we must see.
I was hoping that would win.
That better not be true. No, it's the poll now. And as you can see, I've put myself full throttle into this. There's a poll now, guys. Just went to a poll. So we're losing right now. We need to get some positivity towards Lost Records here, guys. Here is the thread.
Everybody
vote with your heart.
Go Lost Records, of
vote
course.
With your heart.
That's the true answer.
The vote with your heart, guys. Can we hit it?
Keep it authentic,
like them. I want to be me.
Yes.
Right? I want to do things the way that I find them enjoyable. I want to sit here and play games and share that with you on a daily basis. I don't want to become a highly stylized video editor. Regardless of the fact that maybe the viewers may be leaning towards that, and a lot of people are saying, well, I'm not going to watch Phil anymore. I'd rather go watch that.
I don't know what there's another poll too. I don't know what the troll choice is. Mount and Blade 2, Bannerlord, Counter-Strike 2, Class of 09, or Paper Mario and the 1,000-Year Door remake. Which is the better choice there?
Okay, So Counter-Strike 2, you get them online.
Yeah.
Mountain Blade 2 is $50. Oh no, it's not, because it's on Game Pass. It's a game that's too big brained for him, but he'll probably just seethe and act like a baby. So I don't know. Actually,
what's the best choice? Oh, Class of 09 would rattle him. Class of 09. All right, Class of 09 sounds good to me, everybody. So here's the other poll.
Sounds good, folks.
Looks like right now Counter-Strike 2 is winning. I don't know what Class of 9 is too, but there you go. So vote with your heart there. We're just trying to get as many votes as we can, obviously. Vote with your heart. Go ahead. That's the two.
American Truck Simulator would also make for terrible, terrible content.
Yeah, that'd be funny too. Yeah, I can't go wrong with that too, to be honest. But I think the top 2 will win. So there you go. You can just vote with your heart.
That highly
Slideshow has started, but you know that doesn't mean anything. Slideshow started. That's it. All right, here we go.
Highlight stuff. Fine, as long as I can be me and I can make a living doing it. I don't care that I'm not super YouTube popular like I was 2-3 years ago when I was getting 50,000 views on the first 10 videos of every playthrough that I did.
Yeah.
I don't need that. You can go watch other people who want to be like that. I want to be genuine and real with myself, and I want to enjoy games for the sake of enjoying them, not for making an entertainment product for a viewer who wants to see an over-budget, overproduced fucking playthrough.
Over-budget.
You just say he doesn't want to make an entertaining product.
Yes,
Is that
I don't
what
want to be
heard?
entertaining, okay, guys? I don't.
But for me to go to my website and I
Holy
see
shit.
all negative shit when I
Talk
thought
about
that I was doing
misunderstanding the assignment.
Yeah, and by the way, I thought we're supposed to be talking about how we're not depressed anymore.
something right, and all I see is negative, 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 negative. Yes, it eats away at you. It does.
Okay.
And I can understand someone who maybe has a popular YouTube channel and all of a sudden they get a sway of opinion against them, or God forbid, they speak out about something and it's against the common opinion, and now everyone says that they're wrong and fuck them, don't watch this person's content because they had this one opinion about something. If anything, for me, I don't understand how the internet has to be so polarized, right? That there's a right and a wrong. There's not. In the world, there's many, many shades of gray. And it's okay for you to disagree with something that someone says, especially if it's a very uncommon opinion, and still enjoy the stuff that they put out. If I say I don't like basketball, for whatever reason, I just don't like it, right?
Yeah.
Does that mean that you can't continue
Basketball
to watch
fans seething
all of my
and
other
mauling right now.
playthroughs? What does that affect anything? Nothing.
Yeah.
But people literally make this an issue, and then they attack you with slander. They attack you with this. And I'm speaking firsthand, but I can only imagine with someone who is even bigger than me on YouTube, the shit that they must go through, right? PewDiePie said, fuck my comments, and disabled his comments completely on his videos. I'm sure for multiple reasons, but I'm sure that's one of them. When kids are coming to watch your content and all you see is dicks and shit and fuck PewDiePie and fuck this and fuck that, it's like, come on. So it does add up. It adds up, and it does become a big negative, overwhelming ball of negativity. And it does. People have said, there are days when I'm pissed off and I'll come on stream and I'll bitch and my gameplay isn't up to par and everything because it affects me. But let me tell you this, I promise you that I will not go back to where I was.
His
at that
gameplay
one
is
low
suffering
point.
because he's so sad that people are insulting him online. Are we for real?
Yes, and he also had a criticism thread, and he would get pissed in there because people were criticizing
My
him.
life when I just basically didn't want to get up anymore.
My
I was at the point where
God.
I
You couldn't
don't
get more
see any of
pathetic
my-
if you tried.
Here we go.
I promise you that I will not go back to where I was at that one low point in my life when I just basically didn't want to get up anymore. I was at to the point where I don't see any reason to exist today. At this point, now that I have a positive influence on people, the fact that I'm making creative content that people are finding entertaining and inspiring on a daily basis, and all the overwhelming positive messages that I've gotten over the years, there's no way that I would ever stop, and there's no way that I would ever, put myself back into that situation. I know that what I'm doing makes a difference. I know that what I'm doing is entertaining and is a good positive thing. I know that now thanks to you. Back then, I didn't think there was anything positive that I could do with my life, and now that I know that regardless of what the common opinion is about what videos should be and how someone should act, I know that I still can be some kind of a positive influence on people. And thank you very much for that, okay?
I'm not sure this is the healthiest coping mechanism to have your, I guess, your will to live balanced, by random
Stuff's pretty shit. I don't know, man. It's like, yeah, it does weigh on me all the fucking time. But I'm not going back to where I was, but it still fucking sucks, man. Let me tell you. It's pretty fucking rough. But it's not what it used to be. All right, man. Wes the H says he'd rather say all this stuff to He'd rather say all this stuff to randoms on the internet than talk to his friends or his woman. It's manipulation for money and ego, not depression. Well, I think he did go. I mean, I believe him that he did have a tough time, right? But that's a tough time, not being depressed, right? And then he lucked out with this YouTube thing, and now he can use that as kind of a I'm went through struggle too, guys. I also went through struggle. I know real struggle. I'm similar to normal humans.
I fumbled my lottery winning. Therefore, I went through something, despite it being my own design.
Yeah, I don't know. It's this thing he wants to be seen as the common person through this.
Okay. Next question is from...
One more question.
Let's see here.
Still not
Sultan of
live.
Swing, and he asked the following. He says, "Hey Phil, I just wanted an update on the situation on your back injury. Are you currently saving up to pay for surgery since you now live with Panda Lee and you have a large home to yourselves?"
Yeah, remember Philip said as soon as he went to Washington, he would definitely get back surgery.
Again, this all kind of goes together with what I've been saying about the healthcare. That it took me forever to get the healthcare, so it was never a concern until I finally got the healthcare stuff, which I literally just got. I know I'm not going to have time to see a doctor until next year, okay? The good news is my back is pretty much great. Sure, every once in a while I get occasional pain, but I've had no sharpshooting pain. I've had no numbness. I've had none of that for over 6 months. So at this point, I think if my disc is still herniated, it's nowhere near as herniated as it was thanks to the lifestyle changes that I
deherniated
made for myself. Okay.
Classic case in the
That
medical
being
field,
said,
obviously.
am I
Happens
against
all the
getting
time.
something done to it? No, because now surgery has progressed. I don't know if you guys know this. Surgery has progressed. Most people don't even cut into, like with physical, knives or whatever, don't cut into the disc anymore. Now it's all laser surgery, which apparently is way more safe and it could actually be way more effective. Now there's still risk involved, okay? And I'll be honest, laser surgery is probably insanely expensive. Expensive.
Yeah.
So, in that regard,
We're just
in that
guessing
regard,
on
in that
that,
vein
though.
of
What if it's
thinking,
way cheaper?
it's still a consideration and a worry for me.
It's expensive,
Would I like
trust
to
me.
permanently get my back fixed? Absolutely, but it's not guaranteed, even if you get the laser surgery, that it'll go properly. And just imagine this. Just imagine I get the laser surgery. It doesn't help. It might even make my back worse, and then I have to pay tens of thousands of dollars for the surgery.
Yeah, then what?
Right? So, it's a concern. Right now, I'll be honest with everyone. I've said this over the past few months, and I'll say it again.
We were lying before
basically,
then, I guess, by the way.
I don't have any money. I really don't have any money right now. Right now, when I moved to this house and I furnished this house,
He is being honest here, though, isn't he? We're 14 credit cards deep or something.
Yep. This is where we get the peak of our debt. It comes from this time right here.
tapped my finances, and it's going to take me a year probably.
Ooh, very nice Nightbot streak here. I can't show it all to you, but I'll show you this.
Oh, boy.
So we have at the top, that's Nightbot. We have Apollo with the emote, Copium, Nightbot, one comment, Nightbot. So hell yeah, keep it up, Nightbot. Doing God's work there in that chat. There you go. Most active chatter
Keep it
once
moving.
again.
started in June, me spending on this place. Probably it's going to take me about a year to financially get to a situation where all the bills are now paid down, the credit cards are down, the financing is down, and now I feel like I have some credit.
Wait, what is this
It's going to take
plan?
me about a year to financially get to a situation
It's going to be a year.
where all the bills are now paid down, the credit cards are down, the financing is down, and now I feel like I have some credit
All
freed up.
14
that I
credit cards down in 1 year? Good
They're down,
luck,
down,
buddy.
down. Yep.
I needed to get the surgery. I have the ability to pay for it. Right now, I don't. I just don't. Okay? So, it is not a concern for me right now because, number one, I'm not in pain, and number two, I know I couldn't afford it. In the future, could I? Absolutely. In a year or two, I get everything back to a better situation, and now I am living in a house with Pandeli, and now I have the money
Do we ever start the night stream? I mean, it's fucking 10 now. Come on.
to do it.
Oh, we're just hanging out. Aren't
Then
you
maybe
having
I'll
fun?
consider it, but
He's got 108 viewers. I mean, come on. That's
right
enough.
now it's not a concern.
100 viewers? That's 3 digits. Come on.
Yeah, we could at least
Okay.
show up at
I
100.
know. Come on.
Next question is from Jam Crumpet. And he says, hey, Phil, as a
Okay.
longtime viewer, I've seen that many, if not all of your various series, one of them that I noticed is that in the past, you usually filmed a Hateful Truth game review for every game that you completed.
Oh, yeah.
Now, due to your more strict time constraints, you've actually cut back a lot on how many Hateful Truth reviews that you do. My question is, after seeing very few of these recently, what is it that decides that a game will get a review? As an example, for this time period, Middle-earth
Views on
got
the
a review,
playthrough.
while Hyrule Warriors has not. So what are your factors that you're using when you choose whether a game will be reviewed? Okay.
Views on the playthrough, and that's the end of it.
Thanks very much. Once more from
Yeah,
Jam
probably.
Crumpet.
Yeah, I was gonna ask who gives a shit. In all honesty, like, who's
just-
really coming to DSP for video game reviews anyway?
Okay, so
I actually have covered this
Oh, yeah,
before
please.
in the past, but I guess every once in a while it's worth reiterating. In order for me to review a game, there's a few factors. Number one, I need to complete the game. I don't want to review a game unless I beat it. There'll be very
so if I rage quit,
few examples where I don't. For example, Dark Souls 1 was one of the ones where I quit on the game, but I realized the game was still quite good, and I
rage
gave
quit.
it a good review. Okay? But in 99% of cases, I want to complete a game before I review it. So if I take 3-4 weeks to beat a game, now I'm going to review it, and it's like, well, the game's already been out for a month or two. Most people who wanted to hear a review went and heard another review. They're not waiting for mine, okay? A perfect example of that is Phoenix Wright versus Professor Layton.
he's live.
But what about all of the true DSP fans that do give a shit about his opinion, that did wait for his review and it never
Yeah.
came a month later and they were never informed? Does he not feel some sort of obligation to them since
No,
they were the
fuck
real
them.
DSP fans?
Fuck
Nah,
them.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck them.
No intro, by the way.
them.
We just went right into it.
Okay.
everyone. Welcome to the late stream. Welcome to Minecraft
Indeed.
Java Edition.
Fun over.
And my first ever stream of Minecraft with mods. Yes, I actually got the critical mod that everyone has asked me to do working. We've got shaders in Minecraft, and it looks ridiculous. It looks really good in my opinion, okay?
Awesome.
Nothing else yet. I just got the shaders working. Haven't had a chance to mess with anything else. I did try to do a controller mod,
Oh.
and it doesn't work.
Okay, really cool.
I did exactly what I was told step by step to get it to work. Put it where it was supposed to go. That
I like
didn't
that
work. Put it in
shaders
an
in
alternate
Minecraft
location. That didn't work.
is the breaking new thing for DSP. That's the new
I don't have
gimmick
extra
that's gonna
time.
rope
Graphics
'em in.
mod, nothing else.
To be messing with this for an hour.
All right.
But we got the shaders. That's what you guys wanted.
Got the shaders.
And that is what you're getting tonight.
Oh, and for the record,
Good
shit
stuff.
haircut. I didn't
So I hope
get
you're
to
all
say
doing
that
well.
today.
Welcome to the
I
late
didn't go
stream.
live.
Welcome to
Shit haircut.
Minecraft Chill in Java Edition. We've got the lightsaber light show
Oh, my Shiranui, the Devoom. Wouldn't have guessed that.
going on behind me. That's what
Oh, and this repeating 10 times. Really cool.
this
man.
light session is supposed to be. The red lightsaber versus the blue lightsaber fighting. The text
Pirate
tonight is Star Wars font.
Random pirate ship?
If you're wondering what it is, in honor
I'm just on the Devoom right now. Is that Wind Waker?
of it being May the 4th. So May the 4th be with all of you tonight, those of you who are joining me.
Is that random pirate ship for
I
like
hope
a
that you
guy
guys-
in Hawaii, the pirate
oh,
style?
could it be? Okay.
Are ready to chill. It's going to be a chill stream.
Chill.
Continuing on with Java Minecraft Night 2, doing things such as finishing the roof of my house, which we didn't finish last time. Likely he's trying to lure some livestock to my home to fence them in and have a livestock pen.
Lure some livestock to my home.
Perhaps building a dock and having a place to fish, because I would like to have fishing whenever it rains. We're in that right climate to do so. And see what else we
Hope
do.
you guys are
You know,
ready for that again.
If the
Fucking
internet's-
hours
it's-
of fishing.
Oh, God, yeah, that's the best. It's raining like fuck around here, so maybe that's why the internet's acting up. I've only dropped 0.5% of total frames tonight, so don't blame my ass. Ryan says using
All
a
you
control is
complainers
so,
out there.
using a control is so dented, even modders don't care about making it work. I know, right? I mean, Minecraft is a keyboard and mouse thing, but then again,
Yeah, I would say designed for keyboard and mouse.
my kids like a whole Minecraft experience is on the Switch, and like they just do it with the controller like it's nothing. But when I got to play with the controller, I'm like, okay, what's the button again? You know, it drives me insane. But they know like that's all
when
they
you play
fucking
it on
know.
like a console port, it's got the recipe book that you literally just select whatever you want out of it, and then it makes it. You don't actually have to put it in the grid, but that's not an option when you play on Java. Like you have to put the things in, as far as I know, or at least that's the way I play.
Used to. Ooh, look at this! Hell yeah!
We're on our Clark Kent shit. Rip that open.
I think just those things might be all night. Like those 3 things might actually take us all night long to do, between the chopping down of wood to do it, because I need a lot more wood.
Chopping down of wood.
And the day-night cycles and all of that. Okay. There's a lot more to do. As you know, I haven't even started mining yet. We haven't actually looked into like farming or anything. We haven't gone to a village yet. You know, we haven't done anything yet. But it is going to be a slow process with Minecraft, as you know, to get started. It takes a while. That's why it was pretty unfortunate. We spent some 10+ hours in Bedrock only to kind of throw it away. But you guys, hey, last time I played, I said, hey, $300, give me 2 goals.
Hey.
So we can get to my goal for last week, and we'll do Java Minecraft. And
300 again, I'll switch back.
we got there. Someone did a $300 tip. All right. So there you go.
There you go.
There you go. I think it's incredibly funny as well that his Minecraft has to have a slow start. I've never seen anybody have
What's
a
up, everyone?
slower start in Minecraft than DSP.
Go on. How is everyone tonight?
What's this Claire Expedition 33 thing? That what's on the Devoom right now? It's a still picture.
Mexplaining, how you doing?
Maybe.
Archmage, what's up? Yes, I know Archmage. Everyone is telling me there's these different mod things you can do that do it automatically, and
Yeah,
I
shut
haven't
the
looked
fuck
into
up
that
about
yet.
it.
Game
Come
Boy,
on.
how are you this evening?
What's up,
Over
Game
on
Boy?
here, we
Currently a mod
got King
organizer,
Michael.
so
What's up,
it's
Willow?
less
What's
work,
up?
but it's fine.
How's everyone doing? I guess I'm just going to put the controller back because it doesn't work. I installed this controller mod. It doesn't do anything.
Just use your mouse and keyboard.
So
How about
I
that?
wasted my time with that. Let me go put this back. And we're going to
Well, you
have to go
wasted
keyboard
our
and mouse
time
again.
because you showed up
Second keyboard and
incredibly
mouse
late.
stream
Yes, just start the fucking stream now. We don't do temple and night streams, guys. You know this. Never have.
That's not what you were saying backstage. You were saying
No.
if they really asked for it, maybe one of these
That's
nights
not
they
true.
could get it.
And also,
That's
if you don't
not
mind,
true.
let me pour myself a drink.
Yeah.
Very strong filtered water here tonight. Let me tell you.
Good joke.
We got. That is the one thing I think I like the most about Kick Chat is the motion emotes. I don't know why YouTube never implemented them.
God,
It's
who
just
gives
brain
a
dead
shit?
stupid
The
that they
best
never
part.
figured it out.
That's
I
honestly.
love the motion emotes and light and dancing over on Kick Chat. It's fun.
Easily amused. I love the dancing. the
Kickapoo,
lights.
good evening. How you doing?
Hey,
What's up,
Surprised
that
he's not
being Sav?
distracted
That
by
being
them.
Sav wants to know, what did I...
Hey, who was that?
Kickapoo, good evening. How you doing? What's up, that being Sav? That being Sav wants to know, what did I eat for dinner?
Like, shout outs to that
God damn
being
it.
Sav.
It was a pasta bake. It was whole wheat pasta penne, whole wheat pasta with
Benny.
ground turkey that was seasoned and cooked and then tossed in with some Italian style tomato paste.
Okay, so that's ragu. Go ahead from a can.
Yeah, what is
Marinara
this
sauce.
Italian style tomato paste?
Okay, so ragu. Yes, $1.50. Go ahead.
What else? Jeez. Chunks of Italian tomato, San Marzano tomatoes.
Okay, that was the chunky style ragu. Got it. Okay.
Or no, excuse me, Roma tomatoes.
Roma
As
tomatoes,
well
of
as
course.
some mozzarella cheese, some
Straight from
breadcrumbs, a
Rome,
lot
obviously.
of stuff.
Uh-huh. Okay, open up the little plastic pouch for the mozzarella cheese. Got it.
Okay? DJ and DJ,
okay.
$2 super chat, our first contribution of the night. What's your favorite game of the first quarter of 2025?
What do you think he's going to say here? I think he'll probably say blue.
Surf skirt.
Well, I think Blueprints is my guess. Watch.
Oh shit!
You know, that's a
You're
tough
right.
question. Because
Yeah, or he might just fence it like a douchebag.
first quarter is only January, February,
I hate
March.
that.
So answer the question, douche bitch.
Right? I'd have to really think hard about that. I think the games that I like the most this year I played in April.
Oh,
Blueprints
God.
and Player Obscure, great games, but they were in April, right?
So just say answer the question.
I guess I really have to think about that, but I don't know. I'm not going to look at the schedule right now.
All right.
But thank you,
so
DJ and DJ.
No answer.
Thank you.
First
DJ.
contribution of the night. So we are at 46 out of 50 goals hit. Okay. Wow, DJ and DJ, the ampersand apparently is a flaming fire symbol or something there. That's interesting. This font is kind of weird. This is supposed to be like the
Flaming
Republic font from Star Wars or something like that.
Flaming fire.
So, yeah, tonight, chill stream of Minecraft. Usually when we play Minecraft, it's a great crowd, great interaction, great engagement, and really good support.
Okay.
Let's hit that goal tonight. Let's get to 47.
Sounds great. If we start
as soon
the
as we hit
gameplay,
50, we're doing the
shit.
marathon. But we have to hit 50. Let's get it going. If we
All
hit 2
right.
goals tonight, that means we would
Ah.
only have to hit 1 goal on tomorrow's day stream, 1 goal on tomorrow's night stream, and then guess what? We're doing the marathon Tuesday. Viewer's choice. If you haven't voted yet, the polls are live. There's 2 polls right now.
2 polls.
We're
Over
gonna do the
on
fucking
the posts
marathon
tab
on Tuesday.
I know. I thought it
Why?
was a weekend thing.
of
but all
DSP
right.
Gaming.
He
You must
specifically
vote
said it was
on both
supposed to be on
polls
the
on what games
weekend.
you want to see. The most voted
That
game.
was when he was trying to rush the hitting of the tip skulls last week. Now he knows he doesn't want to wait till the weekend, though. So he's just like, let's hurry it up fast
Hey,
as
why wouldn't-
possible.
But all of the reasons he gave still stood about it being the weekend so that more people are out of school and out of work and it gives them time to play. Like, what?
No.
Okay,
He
whatever.
wants to be as
I'm
fast as
tired.
possible now. So
games will be in the Viewer's Choice Marathon event, okay? All right. Excellent.
okay, can we just start then?
I've never
Please.
had a non-gluten pasta. No, I have not. I'm Italian, so there actually is no such thing as non-gluten pasta. If you're
Yeah, I can't get it anywhere.
eating something that doesn't have gluten in it, it's not pasta.
Yeah,
It's just a fake imitation. So there you go.
nice, nailed it. I'm Italian, so you
What's
can't
up-
have gluten free.
What's up, Game Boy? Good evening.
What's up, Game
Am I doing
Boy?
anything special for Cinco
That's
de
the second time you said hi, Game Boy.
Mayo? I don't know yet. I don't have
Right.
a sombrero I can wear. I don't have anything like Mexican I can wear. I don't know.
Big up, Zach.
To think about it. Yeah, Kless, I don't know. I put the controller mod. I downloaded it, which is a jar file. I put it in the mod folder. I boot the game. Nothing has
Thank you
changed.
for clarifying. It's a jar
There's nowhere
file.
to select it. There's nowhere
Okay.
to do anything with it. It's just exactly the same
Sounds
game
really
as if I never put that in the
intellectual
folder.
saying
Not
that it's
So I don't
sure
know
you're
how
doing
it's
it
supposed to
yeah.
activate.
Not doing
But
that
I'm not.
correctly,
I'm
I'm
not
sure.
a guy. I'm not a computer guy.
I'm not a guy.
I'm not a
What?
guy.
Activate, but I'm not a guy. I'm not
I'm not a guy. He did say it. I'm not a
that in
guy.
the folder. So I don't know how it's supposed to activate.
ESP
But I'm
woman
not a guy.
confirmed. Do with that information what you will.
Ready?
I'm not a guy. I'm not
I'm not a guy.
a computer guy.
I'm not a guy.
What is a super thanks? A super thanks is something for on-demand viewers, meaning anyone watching this right now would not see it because I'm not recording this. If I record this video as a video that I then upload to my YouTube channel, DSP Gaming, and someone is watching this as an on-demand video after the fact,
Yeah, what do you do?
they will have an option that will say, hey, leave a super thanks to support the creator. It's essentially the same as a super chat when you're live streaming. The difference is instead of it popping up in the chat, it actually shows in the comments of the video.
Yeah, at the top.
Okay, and it's highlighted. It's a highlighted message that says,
Yeah,
hey,
it's highlighted, guys. You might want to do a super thanks because it's highlighted.
hey, you know, whatever message you want to leave, and it shows how much support you gave to that video. And then I have the ability later on to find those, highlight them, and respond to them, which I always do. I
thought
always
they were
respond.
already highlighted.
Yeah, they're double highlighted. And he always responds, guys, so you might want to get that.
Find those, highlight them, and respond to them, which I always do. I always respond to super thanks when someone leaves one on my videos. But the difference
And you know what he says to them is thanks.
is almost no one ever leaves a super thanks. The people who watch on-demand videos on YouTube are so conditioned to say, this is an on-demand video, it's not live, therefore I don't do anything but watch, that no one ever does it. It's
They sat
insanely
through
rare.
like 7
I'm not
fucking
kidding.
ads, I promise. They deserve the video by the end. I
get maybe
promise
one a month.
you.
Maybe 2 if I'm lucky, if there's a special event. They're insanely rare.
Okay.
Most people will only contribute if they're watching live.
Yes.
So there you have it.
That's how it works. Are you still complaining about that? Matt Ice says, not a guy, but an alien, confirmed. Oh, okay, that makes sense. He's not a guy, he's an alien. Also, maids are stupid easy to install. How does he mess that up? Especially like Minecraft, when there's a million thousand tutorials. But you know, he can't do that shit. And nobody says, he's not a guy, he's the guy. There we go. Is it him? Is it really him?
I know they do not have that for Kick at all. On Kick, they don't even have super chats, none of that yet. I've heard rumors that Kick is looking to implement that stuff, but they have not yet.
Well, that'll be a happy day, won't it?
Let's see. Super Bonchan asked something, but it scrolled left the screen. Is there such a thing as a super you're welcome? No, what I can do is when I receive the super thanks, I can, number one, like that reply. I can fave that reply.
He's answering this seriously, by the way.
I can respond to the reply and give a personal thank you, which I do.
Getting
Just like how I
baited into
personally
talking
thank out
about
the
super
contributions I
thanks
get on a
again.
Super you're welcome.
stream. I personally do shout out thank yous in the comments of videos when someone leaves a super thanks. So it's pretty much the same, just I find it usually after the fact because I
no, there's no money exchange. That's what he's talking about.
no way to know live when someone's actually doing one.
Okay, nice. Nice way to take that seriously. That was an amazing LARPer question, by the way, whoever did that.
Per low key, good
Doesn't
evening. How
fall for
are you?
bait anymore. He's been trying really hard, you guys.
Zangief says we missed Street Fighter 6 when a Friday Night Fight's returning. I am not playing Street Fighter 6 at all right now. The fighting games return this month. I want to say it's the 16th. It's the Capcom Fighting Collection 2 is releasing. This features Capcom versus SNK, but was like pop play that game. And then after that, I got burned.
No one
It's coming
cares.
back when the new collection
Okay.
comes out.
Yeah.
Fuck off till then. Sound good?
No one cares. Sean Roberts says Atlus won't see the new temple due to the paywall. There's no paywall. It's just the time wall of it only being the day streams.
First tip of the night, $2.
Sounds like a paywall to me.
No,
$2
never
tip
paywall in the
from
temple. Paywall in the
Nick.
temple.
Do you think we'll be able to get a Switch 2 since the pre-orders were a big mess? It's this simple, Nick. Because so many people on the internet are mentally ill and tried to harm myself, my
That's
family,
you.
and my business. They're the reason I don't have a
That's
Switch
you
2
guys.
pre-order.
Hope you're listening.
I'm not saying a word about Switch 2 at all.
Okay, so that means he has
Zero.
one lined
You will
up.
not hear a peep out of me about Switch 2 until
That's kind
when
of
the
what
Switch
my
2 is
take was
releasing.
when he said
Yeah.
that. Was that
Guarantee.
he had somebody behind the scenes email him, "Hey Phil, I'll buy you the Switch," and he's gonna have it day one.
Guarantee he has one.
Then we'll talk.
Oh, is that
Me
two
about
fingers?
Switch. Not saying a word about Switch 2 at
Uh-huh.
all. Zero. You will not hear a peep out of me about Switch 2 until when the Switch. They're on the use since the pre-orders were a big mess. It's this simple, Nick. Be family and my at all. That when the Switch 2, less potential there is for people to mess with me and screw over everything that, that I I'd like to do. Right now, nothing is set in stone whatsoever. Okay, I really don't have plans yet. I would like to tell you I do, but I don't. And even if I did, I wouldn't tell you anyway.
Okay, so
So there you go. Okay.
Right. What a
I
good
received a $2
relationship we've
tip.
got going on here.
Mm-hmm. From Flatman B, who says...
Since Dave the Diver has gotten tragically screwed out of a marathon voting, I hope you will play it tomorrow night. It's fantastic and unique. Once you get into it, you'll wonder why you never played it earlier. I don't know. Should I play Dave the Diver tomorrow night? We
Dave
could.
the Diver earlier.
I thought Dave the Diver is just the game that people want him to play because it looks like him, right? That's why.
People also say that it's a really fun game. I don't
Okay.
know anything about it, but I know people who played it and had a good time. But earlier, when he was getting rid of some of the options to figure out what he was going to put on the polls, he literally forgot about the game. And then when someone mentioned that he forgot about it, he goes, "Well, I'm not going back. Nothing I can do. Can't change the polls."
Scammed. But yeah, I thought it was because he looks like him. But there you go. What kind of game is it? I don't even know anything about it. Dave the Diver.
I don't know either. I don't know.
Could. We absolutely could. I am doing an Indies night tomorrow night. And I was leaving it up to the audience that's there to determine what I play. Option number one, would be...
I remember I got, speaking of diving, Endless Ocean for the Wii. Somehow, I think someone came to my house in Japan and they left it there. So I had it for a while. You know how that works, right? When they come to your house and leave it.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But it was like, I was so like, it was cool for a minute. And then I'm like, all right, I'm kind of done here. Like, is there anything else to do or just really swim in here? That's all we do. And it really was just swimming.
Balatro.
Well, what the
Option
fuck did
number
you
two.
think they called it Endless Ocean for?
I thought there'd be, I don't know, I guess I expected a little bit more, but there really wasn't to it. There was really nothing to it. I just kind of didn't grab me enough.
Two would be...
Now, maybe, though, going back, if I had Delta 8 to 8 in those nights, I might have been swimming, really. I would have been in that fucking ocean.
You might have had a better time, for sure.
I only had alcohol those days. That wasn't enough.
Schedule one.
Yeah, you
option
were
number three,
drowning
just
when you were...
Yeah.
something new. And if Dave the Diver is it, we can do that. It's up to you guys. Let's see what you want to do tomorrow night, okay? All right, now, before we boot Minecraft with mods and you
What?
all have your mind blown by this insane shaders that I
God.
have installed,
We need tips?
let's get some support.
Oh,
Let's
yeah, I told
get
you.
a super chat. Let's get a membership. Let's get a tip, and let's get
We
a
get a
gifted sub
reward
over
if,
on...
he installs basic bitch like Silder Shaders mod pack. Can I get some brownie points?
Yeah, I mean, come
It's
on.
literally Silders Shaders.
Kick. Let's
Yeah.
get
Number
some
one
support
pick on
going
Google
right
as soon as
now.
you type in
Let's
Minecraft
boot the game
shaders.
a third of the way to our goal. Let's do it. Come on. We don't have someone doing a $300 tip this week for Java Edition because I'm already playing Java Edition. How about this? If someone tips $300, we'll go back and play Bedrock Edition again.
You made that
There you
joke.
go.
Yep, I did. You stole my joke.
Was it funny when you said it? Was it funny
Plus,
when
I
you
just
said
went
it?
with the
Bingo.
most popular shader mod, which looks crazy,
It
actually.
looks crazy,
I
dude.
booted it for 2 seconds. I was like, holy shit, and I turned it right off because I don't want to be spoiled. That's whack with a $2 super sticker.
That's not going to help,
Thank
brother.
you.
Come on.
Offer, yeah, might actually like Bedrock more than Java, and therefore they'll do a $300 contribution. We hit 2 goals, and then we go right back to
Trying to
Bedrock, and now we're
cash
good.
in
Now we
on
only
the
need
Java
2 more
Bedrock
goals
rivalry.
in order to do our
I didn't
marathon.
see that strategy.
Shoutouts to Feesbot, who says, you forgot to say, let's get some highlighted messages.
There you go.
Let's get some highlighted messages. Come on.
Per low key, you may not realize this because I haven't brought it up. Since I started playing Minecraft about a month ago, I've gotten numerous offers of Minecraft server, playing Minecraft. We don't want to go to vacation months, up again month.
Boring. Foil Grim Timmy says he bought a water bottle but drinks from a mug. Yeah, because he wants to, well, it used to be because he wanted to make sure you know the merch store, but now he just does it because, I don't know, reasons. Who knows?
Okay.
The weirdo.
Yeah.
I like that we have 200 and some odd viewers, and we've still not started the gameplay that we were
Nope.
late for.
Oddly high on Kick, by the way, 90 without front page.
Okay. We're going to start in a moment, but I was still waiting on contributions.
All right.
Can we get
That's embarrassing
one
to
tip,
say.
1 sub, 1 membership? Because we did get a super chat from
Absolutely
that swag.
shameless.
I don't think that that Ether, that's not a legit new one, right? No, that's Ether celebrating their actual that is Ether celebrating having 7 months as a member. I see. That is not a new sub on Kick, so I cannot add that as a contribution.
Shoot.
But I'm waiting for a real sub tonight. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we'll get some
Right.
subs. Hopefully we'll get some members and get some tips. All right? Toasty Chestnut, stop spamming that in chat. I already had words with you earlier today about it, and I'm
DJ Trump, real pot of avarice, and with the bees spinning is what he's spamming.
trying to be really nice with you, but you're starting to piss me off. So stop doing that right now. You can do the bees. I don't mind the bees. But spamming the names of assholes who broke the rules one too many times is not going to help anything. It's just going to anger me on a night I'm supposed to be chilling with Minecraft.
Someone in chat said I am dented, so I'll give it to you.
I am dented.
Someone in Kick Chat said that.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, looks like we're not going to get anything.
So let's
All
go.
right.
Let's
I guess
start.
we're just going to go ahead and launch
Really
the
trying
game
to
then. You got-
paywall the gameplay.
Yes, that's all we do now.
You've defeated me.
Okay.
I'm giving in.
Yes,
I'm booting
give
the game
in.
because you're not going to support me. Okay. Let's turn everything off.
Literally
On
called
the
it a defeat.
gameplay.
Holy
Turn off
shit, man.
gameplay on. Let's reverse. Camera flipped. Back side of the screen. Go down. There we go. And me received a gifted membership from Grilled Cheese Yummy. The grilled cheese is still yummy. Thank you.
Fuck you.
1/15 of the way to the goal. To $11 of contributions. 1/15 of the way to the goal.
All right.
Wow, 1/15, huh? What's up, Matthew? He wants me to play the original Paper Mario instead of Thousand Year Door. Is that even available to play?
Yes,
I don't even
I'm
know if you can
pretty
easily.
sure it is.
Now I can actually move our pop-ups
You can
back.
emulate it because
And
it's
now we
probably like
ready?
$1,200 original.
What's up,
Yeah.
Vietnamese
hardware,
comrade?
so
Dinner
it's
was
fine.
absolutely delicious.
Absolutely
But-
delicious. Oh my god.
Here we go. Minecraft with mods, la la la. Come for my Java Minecraft.
Oh my god. How many
Okay,
times are
sorry
we going to
about
say
this.
Minecraft?
Take a look at this.
All right, we are now on the clock. Any tip from this point forward means it is good night for me and Atlus.
Look at that. There's light coming through the windows.
Oh my god.
Look at this.
Life,
Look at the clouds.
This is life changing.
Look at those clouds. Do you see what I see? Let me show you
I
the
really
real
hope
world
someone
of
asks
Minecraft, baby.
what shader
Look at
specifically.
this. Holy fucking shit. That's Minecraft, man. Look at the light. Look at the sun. Look at the shadows, baby. What is going on?
All right.
Minecraft. Look at look at this chat. Look at this. I can see my own blocky ass. Because
Do I have any
all
skip
right, so
juice
what do we
left?
got to do? I got to remember what we were doing.
Yeah,
Hold on one second. I'll try to
please.
figure this out. Hungry. I open
Because he's popping off over this like people
fishing
haven't
pole so I
been
can
doing
fish
this
and
for at
cook.
least the past 5 fucking years.
Oh,
Already?
Minecraft
And it's
mods
kind of been
longer
overdone?
than that. Yeah, I mean,
Well, I'm just
Yeah,
saying with
here
like
we
the
go. How
shaders
many-
and the real
No, I don't.
RTX and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that
Fishing.
nonsense.
it's
like,
not new tech. Yeah.
Oh,
What?
shit. I need 2 string. All right. And then we're going to move on from. Sorry, sheep. I got to kill you. Yeah, I need. It's
He
all
must
right.
have a plant tip or something. Why is he so cheery?
Because
Yeah.
these guys are going to respawn like every day. You should be fine.
super excited.
What's up?
He's clown moding over
Cookies, I have
the
some food
mods.
house.
Question
And
mark?
then what I want to do is start to lure these animals over.
All right,
Or.
going
Who says there
live.
probably aren't even any good texture packs out for blocks because this is the latest update, so it's kind of new. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Now we're in trouble.
Okay.
Oh,
No
yeah.
skip juice left.
I've just received. Come on, Phil.
Oh,
How's
on.
the sound levels, guys?
oh, horrible. Sounds too quiet. Can't hear
Is
the music at all.
Way
too
too
loud or is it
quiet.
good? Let me know.
No, I can't hear the music. I need to hear more of the music.
Music louder.
Cook this stuff
Specifically
fast.
the music slider. Turn it up.
Mutton, fresh mutton.
Hilarious, man. Good jokes.
Okay,
I
I'm
love
starting
this
to help
building.
back.
I love the
Alright,
big
you go crawl
rectangle
this
with
up
no
here
fucking
and keep
roof.
building
Everything
my
is so
rooftop.
far away. Like it completely. You have to walk to get to anything you need. Like, what is the point of this?
Baby's first build, no efficiency.
yeah.
Fuck it.
We have to walk a mile to get to the bed. Yeah, banquet hall. Yeah, Ozzy, that's it. It's a banquet hall
no,
for
wait.
one person.
Oh, no. I need birch. We're doing a birch plank roof? I didn't
Oh,
realize
my
that.
God.
Why
Like
would
the
you do
aesthetics
birch?
matter on this build.
Why would you do
We're not doing oak, we're doing
birch?
birch.
Yeah,
So I
basketball
gotta go cut
court.
down birch.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's making a basketball court with no coops.
Here's some birch.
Why would you
This
do
is what
birch?
I need to make the birch plank so I can finish
Yeah,
the rooftop.
definitely.
with
Great
my
question. Great
hatches.
question. I don't fucking know, man.
Plus, I might
Yeah,
eventually make a second floor as well.
Nibbity's right. The only time hearing
If I grab
I
a
have received
seedling, I'll
actually brings you
replant it here.
relief
That's how these grew.
instead
These
of
were seedlings
pain.
that I have.
We're waiting for it now. I have received. We flipped the whole thing on its head.
Trees go fast in Minecraft.
Fast, dude. Good point.
So
Great
fast.
point.
Is there a reason why you're spamming like that? What are you doing?
It's Toasty Chestnuts is
Steve
doing the
Chestnut's
same
just
thing.
trying to get banned
Yeah.
today.
You want to ban him? He has the founder's badge, OG badge,
Okay, I got
though.
rid of the 2 idiots
But
that were
DSP
spamming.
said stop spamming the names, and if you notice, he's put no justice, all
Really?
B's
Cyrax
this
says,
time.
I screwed up
So going
last
out of
night.
his way
Really?
to follow the rules.
He says, everything
being
last time I
obnoxious.
uploaded was
Yeah.
wrong. This is the first time hearing of it. So he says,
Oh, God. A lot of banned names today. Ready? What?
What?
Let's see
That's
this. Let's see the
not
let's
true.
see this menu segment
he
real quick.
says, first of all, I only uploaded one part of Black Ops last night,
Yeah.
and the other part I named as the Daily Wrap. No, I'm staring at it right now. Here's the Daily Wrap. It's its own separate video.
Let's
It
see.
says huge
Let's see who's
podcast.
right.
Oblivion Fun, blah, blah, blah. It's right here. And then we got part 86, I Suck. Something about the rust, getting the rust off. That's part 86. And part 87,
Doesn't know what
chopping
he's talking about.
through comp to get back on track.
Good LARP.
And
I
that's
think it's a
part
LARP.
87.
I think it must be a LARP.
So I have no clue what you mean, but it's all there. Part 87 of Black Ops is an 8-minute video. No, it's not. Unless
Yes,
you
it
mean
is.
it's in the wrong playlist.
No,
Is
he's
that
right.
what
He's
you
right.
mean?
He's right. He's right. This guy's right. It is 8 minutes.
This guy, Phil
No.
fucked it.
Look, he's right. He's
None
not
of
wrong.
what you're saying is true, Cyrus.
Except for the
I'm
8 minute
staring at my videos right now.
87 part 87 is 8 minutes.
True.
As you can see here.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean.
Part 87 is 8 minutes,
know what you
Philip.
mean.
How could you not see that?
I'm trying to be nice, Cyrax, but no,
We're gonna talk
everything here is
down?
correct. From what I can see.
It is true.
Hold on.
Now he's just going to see it now and say, "Oh, I see, you're right." Part
This
87
is a shit
is 8
thumbnail,
minutes
by
long.
the way.
And if you click
just
it,
completely illegible.
he is right. If you click it, it goes to the Daily Wrap as well. Cyrex is 100% correct.
Here's the
I will-
Daily Wrap.
Look, there it is. I clicked the video. As you can see, the title is Chopping Through Competition. It goes to the Daily Wrap.
I hate that it plays an ad, but it's playing the Daily Wrap. Here's part 87.
Click it, Philip.
What the hell?
Oh, yeah.
Huh? When I looked at it, it was wrong. Huh?
Huh? So you see, you fucked up, Philip. Too much gin.
What is going on?
Might
it
wanna
shows
try
the thumbnail.
Yeah? You put
in,
the wrong
in
thumbnail
my
on it.
actual files that I have uploaded. It
You put-
shows
No.
part 87.
It's pretty simple what he did. He put the wrong...
Absolutely, very simple.
All he did is he put the wrong file in twice because he has 2 videos that are 8 minutes and 4 seconds long. So he did
Yep.
everything correct except he put the wrong file in there. Look, see? As you can see, the top right is 804. Bottom left is also 804. He just dragged the wrong video in twice. That's fucking it.
And if you're incredibly stupid or inebriated, that is
Yeah.
very easy to do
Yeah,
when you're
yeah.
mass uploading a bunch of videos, just sliding the fucking files in.
Oh, this is the... It's rare to get this pirate angle.
Is a 15-minute long? Oh, no, that's the wrong video I'm looking at.
It's hard to see
Okay,
him look at
I
a telescope from that angle.
Yes,
Very rare.
It's the wrong video. You're right. I guess it uploaded the wrong video and I have to fix it. All right.
Whose fault is
I'll
that?
have to look at that tonight.
Okay.
Obviously, that's the incorrect video. I'll have to delete that one. In fact, I'll just delete it. Well, I don't want to delete it now because I need those settings. I need that, like the name of the file and everything.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
So the thumbnail's correct. The metadata is correct. Somehow the
What do you
Daily
mean you
Wrap
need the
got
name of
uploaded
the
twice.
file? Didn't you name the
Okay.
actual file? What
Thank
the
you
fuck?
for telling me.
I thought you said everything he said is incorrect. What happened to that?
All right. Sorry about that. Thank you for telling me. I'll have to fix it later tonight. Obviously,
Okay.
I can't fix it on the fly now. I can't upload when I'm streaming. Sorry. And sorry
Well,
for the
if you-
derailment, everyone, but that was important to know.
You
You're the first
could.
person who told me
I
all
know,
day.
it's not that big a deal, actually, but all right.
I know. It got
Yeah,
over
doesn't that tell you something?
400 views and no one noticed. It's not even the right video. Isn't that fun? Anyway. Okay. So cut down the merch. Did I get any saplings? I got one.
Let's see the comments on it. Hold on, let me see. Is there any comments? Let's see. It has 275 views. I don't know where you got 400 from. It says double upload of daily rap, and then someone else said Fed Roger says, huh? That's it.
One sapling to replant, so I'll do that.
What a healthy community he's got over there.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah.
275 views.
wait,
I don't know where
more.
he said 400 from,
Whoa,
but all
I have
right.
4 more. Oh, nice. Nice, replant these suckers.
But yeah, planting those, very key.
Here we go.
And he's like going
Okay,
so
let's keep
far
chopping
out
down
of his
some more
way to
birch
plant them
trees.
specifically
I
like
know.
anyone
Right here, and
gives
then
a
replant
shit.
again.
Like you don't even have a proper tree farm. Just throw it anywhere, man. Let's
Yeah.
make some progress here.
Is this really what we're doing here?
I think really where the shaders that I'm using are shining is look at the distance. Look how insane
Yeah,
a
definitely,
mountain
dude.
looks out in the distance now with the shader. You could see literally the detail of every block. That's just crazy.
Nuts,
Okay.
dude. Nuts, man.
Right.
Gabriel, we are using a Star Wars font tonight
Why?
in honor of May
God
the
damn
4th,
it.
because today is May the 4th,
Oh, May the
2025. So May the 4th
Yeah,
be with you.
yeah.
And
We
that
didn't
is a
even play any
Republic
Star Wars
font,
games. So
and
what
they
the
don't
fuck
have
are we
dollars
doing
in
playing
the Republic,
pretend
they
like
have,
we
like,
care for?
Federation
For May the 4th,
credits or
dude.
something. So there you go.
Okay, my bad. I spoke out of
Come on,
line.
May the 4th, please. Respect May the
Okay.
4th.
But they're
Right.
the equivalent of dollars. So as you can see, we're what, at like $11 or something. Guys, let's get some support for modded
we
Minecraft
just started,
tonight,
man.
shall we?
We
Let's
just
do it.
started,
We started
dude.
an hour fucking late.
I know, we just started, man. How much have we done in the Minecraft, literally? We made, like, what, meat? And that's it?
And we cut those trees and
Oh,
we planted
yeah.
those trees.
Yeah.
No, not oak slabs, you fuck. I want birch slabs.
All right.
He is. I must have misspoke. You can just
All
use
right,
the
well, it's
recipe
gonna be
in
night
Java.
soon, so
so
this
really
that's what he
stinks.
was doing
A
there.
whole
He
day
wasn't actually
wasted.
putting the
Let's try
things
this
in.
again.
Like
Maybe I can just do it at night. Plus, I want to see what it looks like at night, right? This is the first time we're actually doing it with shaders at night. I wonder what it's going to look like if it'll look
So
any
literally
different.
just the roof is
Crouch. How do I
birch,
crouch
the
here?
outside edge is not. Really
See?
cool design
No.
here,
Alt.
man.
No. What the fuck? What's
What's the point of that? What are we doing? All right.
Space. Oh, okay, and it's a toggle. Put it as a toggle. Yeah, look, that's got to be a village out there. See it? That's got to be a village. See all the lights? So that's where we'll
All
head
right. Big ups, Lachero.
at one point when we
What's
need to
up,
do
man?
some village interactions. Cool.
We're in hell right now, waiting for a
so hopefully
tip.
some spiders will spawn.
I like that he's using like slabs as well, so that his block count is all fucky going vertically. If you were to ever actually try and make a build that's half decent,
love
but
to
it's
kill some
fine. We'll
spiders,
just
get
ignore
some-
it.
Web, and that way we can build a dock and we can start fishing, which is one of my favorite things to do in Minecraft. I would love to fish tonight.
That's his
No
favorite thing
gameplay,
to
my
do.
favorite thing to do. Hell yeah, dude.
Shift-
Just
yes, I
sitting
hit
there.
shift and I was able to do all, craft all.
Just sitting there pushing buttons. Like, it is mindless. It's like less effort than like World of Warcraft fishing,
Evolve.
right? Like, would you
Thank
agree,
you.
World of Warcraft players? Like, it's less thinking than that. At least you got to click when there's movement in that one.
I need a rooftop, damn it.
This one, you just push one button.
Yeah, exactly. 2 spiders, 50 creepers. That's what's going to happen. I go to kill a spider and 17 creepers are coming
Oh,
with
it's the
it.
same
but it's
amount of
called a
effort. Okay, you do have to click the
protective
bobber
entourage
in
posse.
Minecraft? Okay. I've
Yeah,
never even
yes,
done
yes,
it. I don't
yes.
think I've
Pieces of
ever
string.
done
Well,
it.
but you can
You know,
you
to
can
make a-
set up an AFK fish farm. Like you can like there's all sorts of designs online you can follow, and you can AFK fish farm forever. There's nothing
To
they
make
can
an-
do
oh,
about it if
the
you
lava
want.
out there, you can see. Wow. So Java Minecraft is good. Not only can I see insane distance, draw distance, as you can see, I can see villages out there. Now that I'm using shaders, it looks amazing. Look at the clouds at night. Look how cool that looks.
Whoa.
Damn, this is amazing with the mods.
Dude,
I hope you guys like the look of it. Now that I can do this on PC, this is awesome.
you want money for that, or
This ain't Minecraft.
this
This
what?
is so
is
sad, man.
Professional
Just embarrassing.
Minecraft. You
Fully
understand
grown
me?
man.
Oh, professional Minecraft in 2025.
This is what
Really
I've been
cool,
waiting to
man.
do
Yeah.
a whole life. Professional level Minecrafting.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna run out of slabs and still not finish this.
I
rooftop,
I was
man.
under the assumption back from like
We're not gonna finish it.
2013 that Minecraft wasn't going to be successful because you had to pay for it or something.
Yeah, definitely
I wonder
not.
who gave me
Don't-
that idea.
I'm using whatever the top voted shader is. I have no clue what it is. Whatever the most voted shader was with 5,000 likes, that's the one I'm using.
No, I believe it's Silders or there's another one that I can't remember the name of
This
off the
sucks.
top
Look
of
how
my
big
head.
this is. Still can't finish it. I gotta go and look for a spider.
Yeah, why'd you make a house that fucking big? For
I
literally
gotta
one
get more
purpose
birch.
of just
Ugh.
sleeping and coating your shit.
Why do I have to use birch to do this? I will use oak.
Great
No.
question.
Yeah, well, I'm wondering that too.
Take a look.
There's a spider. No,
Okay.
there's
Oh,
a
you
spider.
guys weren't kidding. There's one spider. Look at this. There's 2 creepers. There's a friggin' skeleton. I need these spiders, but there's too many other monsters around. Come on. Son of a bitch. I've never made my own pasta, Mr. Papavera. No, I have not.
Are you even Italian if you've never made your own pasta?
And I don't have my
thought you
bow
were-
on me. If
I
I
thought
did,
you
I
were
could shoot, but I
Italian.
don't have it on me, so I got
Never made my own pasta, Mr.
down there.
Papavera.
Oh, the spider can climb. All right, that was fortuitous. The spider climbed up here and it allowed me to get the string. Maybe this one will come up too. Yeah, come on up. Yeah. Oh, this is great. Well, this worked out well.
That was fortuitous.
No string. Oh, wait, I have enough. I have enough. The other one dropped 2.
What are we trying to
Okay,
make with
good.
that?
Let's make our fishing
I
rod.
don't care.
Gotta eat.
Oh, fishing rod. That's what we're trying to make. Okay.
Make our fishing rod now before I forget.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, I want to say
Nice.
I found the shader pack he's
Let's
using,
sleep.
but I
Yeah,
need to
what I
see
wanna
do
some
then, I wanna
water
make,
texture before
okay.
I
I want to make a
can-
dock and I want to make a fishing
The
area
clouds
up
are
here for us
matching,
to fish to
but,
get unlimited food when it's
I
nice
need to
and
see
safe.
water.
I'll get ready
So
for
that's
fishing.
what my next agenda is.
My next
And I can
agenda.
just do that with oak planks. I need to make a bunch of fencing. I have 20. I need to make a gate, a couple gates, some fencing. Where's the fences? Here's one. I need a gate. How do I?
Oh, the
how do I get a
spiders can
gate?
go in the windows? I hope they do.
Here we go. Not
Yes,
birch.
they can. No, his hairline is
No,
fucking
not birch.
terrible, by the way.
I want oak.
He looks
Come
on. Oh, no.
abysmal.
Stop. Stop doing this. No.
You're the one doing it this way.
Just take out the middle
I know.
ones.
What the
If you want it
fuck?
to be birch? Like,
Because I'm going to have it be a double opener.
Why would you want a double
Yeah, I'll
opener?
do a double opener.
Double
Okay.
opener.
Yeah, why
that
would
means
you-
have to.
Now, I need a lot of fencing.
okay.
Yeah, why you need a wide gate? We need a wide gate for some reason. Uh-huh.
It just makes
Makes
it look
sense.
like they're floating in the center,
Birch
but
fence.
whatever,
I don't
man.
want birch.
It'll just look like shit.
I want oak fence. I need sticks. Ah, shit.
We want
Okay,
the
let's get some
birch
sticks
fence with the oak fucking gate for what?
Beautiful. That looks good. Good contrasting colors. That'll look
Okay,
hype.
now let's do some fencing.
No, definitely. Yeah, let's do some
No,
fencing.
I didn't.
Oh my god, man. This is rough. This is worse than last week.
Nah, I hard disagree. I at least know something about this game.
Oh yeah, you
What did
know
I
about
do?
this game, yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna critique his design decisions.
Please do, yeah.
Okay,
I'm
need to
kind of
I need
confused
some
as
of
to why
this
we
too.
even have wood
I only
tools
have
at all
40,
anymore.
that's
Like
not enough.
the inventory is just
I need more
slop.
regular wood because I need to make
The
the,
wood
dock,
tools
too.
existing at all is a crime.
Yeah, yeah.
The second
at
you
this
get
point.
stone, it's over.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. We got this. We got this. I actually have a few torches I could put on the dock too. What the hell? A villager came by? Do I have a villager visitor?
Oh, the traveling merchant.
Hello? Oh,
Hey,
we have a
look,
villager
it's exactly what I
visitor.
said.
Hello. How's it going, buddy?
How's it
What's
going,
he got?
Betty?
Whoa, cherry log. That's cool, but I think that's probably up on top of that mountain. We saw some cherry trees. We probably get
So?
that easily. Doesn't really have much that I would want right now. Potion of invisibility is kind of rare. Yeah, I don't really need that stuff, but it's good to see you, buddy. Stick around. Don't get hurt, all right?
Oh my
Cool.
god. Cringe,
good stuff.
dude.
All right.
What the
But
fuck
this is-
was that?
This is where any other like Minecraft, content creator would utilize this mechanic if they want them to actually stick around and be utilized. They would like trap them or keep them, they would put a name tag on them so they don't despawn and they can maybe use these trades later.
Yeah,
he's
but
not gonna do that.
oh,
Stick around. Don't get hurt, all right?
stick around, don't get hurt, all right?
Cool.
Oh,
All right, good stuff. All right, it's
oh
time.
God,
for
cringe
us. What are
overload.
these? What is that?
That's his Jasper stand-in, dude.
It's time for us to
The
build
mer-
a dock.
the merchant.
So we have a fishing spot.
I went live.
Hey, look, water.
No one
And
cares.
look,
There
to
you
me, it's
go.
very relaxing. I love it. I love fishing in this game, so
Yeah, no thinking, no
I
thought
want to get a
involved.
formal
It's like
fishing
pulling a
spot
WP
going. Unlike that,
champions.
we were doing bedrock, and I was just flubbing it, and it was really messy. I want to make my own dock here. We can just relax, okay?
Oh, just relax and
His
don't
water
even do
kind of
anything.
looks like shit.
I also need to make a chest so we can store items while we're fishing. Look how different the water looks. Oh my God, look at the reflections in
Yeah,
the
it looks
water.
like ass. I would have never
Holy
picked that fucking
shit.
shader.
Dude, the reflections in the water are sick. I just saw them.
That's fucking dope.
Looks like you're playing a different game.
That's the first thing I thought of.
Okay.
Checking his PayPal.
All right, let's do one more.
Ugh. Let's do one contribution. I'm muting. Big Ups NW News says chess, Minecraft, Disco, all games that expose DSP as a complete drooling simpleton. Simpleton dunce mouth drooling. He's legit a villager with postnasal drip. Kevy Bear Jr. says he's got that mobile game ad commentary going on right now. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, actually.
Oh, no.
Oh no. Oh my God. Nice. What a brilliant mind.
This.
Nailed it.
So I wanted a double. Yeah, I wanted
had
a double.
Two quick ones. Yes, everything the dumbest way
Like that.
possible.
Okay, that's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah,
Sweet.
there we go.
Don't launch the rod lure into the shallow water. You need the water to be somewhat deep to fish correctly. So yeah, I'll be tossing like right there. See, like over there. That's where
I'll be
toss
tossing
the lure
over
when I
there.
fish.
Yeah.
I won't do there because it is shallow. I could go like left, or I could go right there to the deeper water and hopefully get better fish. Yeah.
You could have
Okay.
just did it off the
Yeah.
grass there. You didn't need to build this nonsense for sure.
Oh, we're adding a fence to the dock for ourselves.
Oh, the guardrail, so he doesn't slip and
Don't
fall in.
Oops.
Shit, I need another gate, didn't I? Didn't I need a gate to throw over the end? Yeah, I need another gate. Oh,
Why?
Okay, hold on. I'm remembering now. I'm remembering all the old stuff.
Why do you need
a
a
gate
gate?
that you toss the lure over so it doesn't get stuck?
What? Okay.
Did I fish when I was younger? Yes,
I
I
don't
went
know.
and I fished with my father. It was very fun and relaxing. I really liked fishing with my dad. I haven't done it since I was a kid. I'd
Why
like
not?
to do it again someday.
fishing
perhaps.
is
I think
cool, by the
it's
way.
very fun
Yeah.
to do.
Why haven't you gone since then? I went fishing with
Okay,
my dad last summer when I went back.
Here we go. So I need I need a gate.
I took my kids
No,
there
you-
too.
Did it again.
I haven't been fishing since my grandpa got rid of his boat.
Oh, got to get back on. Get back up there. Come on, get back
I like
on
fishing.
that.
Like DSP said, it's relaxing. Just hanging out on the water, eating snacks, and trying to catch fish.
No, I don't want fence. I want the gate. No, I got the fence. I wanted the gate. There
Oh
we go.
my God, we're in
Okay, that should
trouble.
be good.
Come on. Last
What kind of
last
fish
week
did
you
catch?
left at
Sunnies, they were
11:15,
called.
right? I
Sunnies.
think you
They're
left
little,
then,
they're
right?
little, very
Yeah, it was 11:15. I pulled the plug.
reflective golden.
We got to be out of there before then today. Come
scaled
on.
fish.
What?
I had faith in
Reflective
Minecraft.
I did too.
Golden scaled fish.
What was it called?
Reflective sunnies. They're little very
He's talking about sunfish?
reflective golden scaled fish. Yeah,
Like
they're pretty
rainbow
awesome.
fish from the book.
We never kept them because we only got small ones. They grow bigger, but we only got like smaller ones. We always threw them back.
Okay, I checked on ChatGPT. Sunnies is a northeastern way to say a sunfish. So there we go. That's what he's talking about. So I would call those bluegill, but he would call them, bluegill, pumpkin seed, that kind
As
of
I'm
stuff.
fishing, I can unload inventory.
He calls them sunnies. That's a northeastern slang. Get some sunnies.
And they say DSP's got no culture.
I need some sunnies. No, David P. Burnell, what's up? He's here. Says Philip hated fishing. He's such a disappointment.
Shit.
I believe that. Imagine you're just trying to enjoy a fishing trip with your son. He's talking about fucking Zangief the whole time and his oily body. Like, brother.
Just complaining all the time.
Man.
It's too high. Oh, there's no
The
fish.
mosquitoes are getting me, Dad. Come on.
Yeah. There's no fish. Come on. He'd be so pissed all time.
Yeah.
And he's
All
really
right.
struggling to build
My
the
dock
fucking
is
shittiest
complete.
dock
Now I
I've
need to
ever
get
seen in my
a
life.
chest. Can I just make a chest right now?
Oh,
I don't
look,
remember
go,
what you need to
go
make
nuts.
a chest, so.
Go nuts. Try it, man.
I don't remember what you need to make a chest. Oh my
Order
god.
2 chests, combine them, and that way I'll have extra storage.
GBR
Use
Say
lighting,
says,
man. It's awesome. Sun's
ALT,
almost
in your sketch with everything Phyllis said he has never done, and that being said, he said he never has been fishing. I don't think he said he's never been fishing, because he has been before. That's not mine, by the way. Someone else made that. They're a legend. I want to give them full shout-outs here. I'll give you the link in a second.
Down again, though.
I'll give it to you. Hold on. That person's a legend. But I think he's always said he's went fishing before when he was a kid. Right here?
There we go.
Go. Got 2 chests, guys. I know you were worried we weren't going to be
Only the
able to
crafting
do
table
it.
near the dock. I don't. My house is right there. I could use the exercise. There you go.
God. So
Who
cringe.
gives a shit though? Like, there's literally no downside to putting a dock
jumped the
in,
fence.
or
It's a
a
good
crafting table in the floor of this dock that already looks
So, as I'm
terrible.
fishing,
for
I'm gonna
I
turn
could
it
use
from
the
store, like
I could
right
use
here.
the exercise. God damn it, man.
There we go. Extra large chest to store the items in
Didn't
as I'm
even put
fishing.
it up on the railing. He literally just
Perfect.
put it on the walking path.
Now we just gotta wait for the
Jesus
rain. Because once the
Christ.
rain comes, that's when the big fish come out to
Somebody
play.
nuke
We can
this
just fish
guy's
right here
Minecraft world out of
over this
existence.
amazing
Every design
lighting.
decision irks the shit
That's
out of
gonna
me.
be
He'd be
excellent. By the way,
banned.
there's a new biome right there.
He's not
is it
allowed on the
I think
Atlus
that is.
server.
I'm there at the cherry tree, so I don't know if that's considered a new biome or not.
Yeah, it's a
But all
biome.
right, it is time to rest. Now we got to determine what we want to do next. Shall I maybe try to make a pen and try to lure some animals into my pen, perhaps?
Here we go. Here's that
And of course, I
video.
gotta
This is
finish
from
my roof.
Chud Goo. Chud
Kind of a
Goo
priority,
made the
but
video of a life
I got a little
unlived.
sidetracked there because I'm running low on.
Great video. Great idea
on
for a
food.
video. I bet you could
So I
make
wanted to be
part
able
2,
to fish As soon
actually.
as it rains.
I have never done this. I have never done that. I have never swam. I have never ridden a bike. I have never seen a sunset. I've never seen a dog.
No, I've never ridden a giraffe. No, I've never punched a bee.
Never ridden a horse.
No, I got to finish the roof. She was like, don't finish the roof. I like how it's open. No, that's silly.
Oh, that's silly.
But
Dude,
the
put-
bummer is I got to cut down more birch. We don't have enough to make enough planks. I
Dude,
don't think.
hang
We
on.
try,
Can
but I'm
you
pretty
just
sure
can
this
you
is
roll
not gonna be
back for a
enough.
second so we can take a look at that inventory? And please look at how many already partially used axes are in his inventory. There's 4 partially used axes, 2 of which are stone and 2 of which are wood. And he's decided to continue to use the wood ones, despite every single time he used it being a waste of everybody's time.
Look at that one that's like
Every
hanging off for
single
dear
one.
life. That one has 1 hit left on it. I gotta keep that one just in case.
We don't have enough to make. Definitely
That
not
one
enough.
has 1 hit left.
It's gonna come in clutch, ALT. You don't even
Yes,
know. When he
yeah.
starts PvPing with
We'll
the
see. We'll try
axe,
to do it in the morning.
you're gonna be Godsmacked, as they say.
And personally, I'm not a fan of floor torches. I would never do floor torches, but it's fine.
No, that's why you don't make
Yeah.
your fucking floor a gymnasium, brother. That's why you
Yeah.
put rooms so you can put shit on the walls.
We got a lot going
I would
on.
not do that.
If you were to see the Atlus base, you man,
Oh,
put DSP to
flexing,
shame. That's to say the least.
flexing. Bring a
I see
screenshot
some
next
more birch
week.
to chop down, so let's do that fast.
Flex on them.
The lighting mods are impressive.
Nah, I think the way that I keep my villagers might be against the Geneva Convention, so I probably shouldn't throw
Look at
that
this.
on the.
Look at the movement.
All right, boys, fire up the villager trade. We got them right up for profits.
Yeah,
Is that how you
pretty
go?
much.
Okay.
The flowers.
okay.
These guys are these sunflowers, right? Look
The
at
most
how they move.
optimum
Oh my
way to
God.
play.
They move in 3D with lighting now. What is that? That's
Oh my
crazy.
God, they
didn't
move in
used to do that.
3D
Like the
in
breeze is
2025.
pushing them around.
3D. Whoa, awesome! It's insane.
No, I'm not gonna kill the villager. Come on, I'm not gonna kill the villager vendor to steal his reins. That's ridiculous.
Is that ridiculous?
I mean,
What a horrible thing to say. Kill the villager, vendor guy, merchant guy, so I could steal his reins. Come
He's
on,
got loot for you.
have a heart for God's sakes.
have a heart.
Meh. Did you hear? You hear what the llama said in response to what you said? Meh.
Oh my God, please! I haven't skip juice.
Realize I
making
need to put
guard
down some
noises.
torches around my dock that I just built.
Why is he like ultra giga cringe tonight? I have no idea, man.
I'm on the wrong side.
So, something about
Where's
Minecraft
the
does
dock?
that to people. It's been a phenomenon since the game came out, in all honesty.
I'm confused.
Some
Which
people
way is the
succumb
dock?
to it. It's like an illness.
Please.
Where is it? I forgot where I put it. What side of my house did I put the dock on?
Oh
The
my God!
reflections are so
Can't even
wild, they're
find the dock.
distracting me.
We lost the dock.
I
Where's
think I'm
the
getting this
dock?
side, right?
We
Oh,
lost the
shit.
dock.
No, I didn't do that.
Brother, it's next to the fucking river.
Where's
Close
the
to
dock?
river.
Where's the fucking dock? How do we lose it? How do we lose a dock? Oh, quick bite. Go ahead. Yeah, we found
And
it.
now I'm out of food again, which is why I need
thank
to
God.
fish soon.
You know, he's
Oh, what the hell's
well, it
going on with
actually help him
skeleton?
if he cut the
Why is
fucking
it-
grass.
Yeah.
That's not
Skeleton
even a
just
joke.
chilling
If he
here.
cut the grass, he'd have seen it.
Yep. Good fight. There we go. Took him down. Nailed it.
That didn't even make much sense.
Didn't even
Isn't a skeleton not
utilize the
supposed to be out
jumping
during the
mechanic
day?
for the extra critical hits.
No. Who needs
Fucking
it?
Anyway.
idiot.
All right, let's put some torches up. There we go.
Why did we do the double gate? I still don't get it, but all right. There we go.
I like that he put the other gates
With
on
some
the
light at
exact
night.
opposite end instead of off to the side so he could cast them properly like he said he
Yeah.
would. Ignore
Uh-huh.
that. It doesn't matter.
Is he gonna make this even? Let's see. Okay, he did. How about that one,
Not
Philip?
bad.
What about the other
He was on
side?
the water, so he was.
Oh
we
my
don't
God.
have any more torches. We're out ALT. We didn't make enough.
God damn it. At least do both sides. Oh, God.
The chest on the
so-
pathway is already killing me. They need to burn the dock
I
down.
need
There's
more
no
birch.
saving that bitch.
So
You
let's
got-
use the
I would
birch to
put
make
that
more
a
of the
little
ceiling.
bit
I
of
wanna finish the
extension
rooftop.
so you can still have the straight
1
path
second. I do wanna
unencumbered to
finish
go,
the
you know,
rooftop.
a straight shot. But nope.
I
He
would
put
just
right
put
in
it
the
on
path.
top of the fence.
Oh, I received a $2
What are you
tip.
going to obscure the view?
Yay! We're out. We're out.
I
We're
think
out.
Let's go.
I received a $2 tip.
Yay! Let's see what he says here.
I think you were looking at a ruined portal structure from the fishing docks where the red blocks were. You should go check it out. Really?
Oh, I gotta see this.
We will eventually. I mean, these initial streams
Something interesting that seems fun. We'll do it eventually.
of Java
Down the
Minecraft,
line,
I'm just gonna have to
maybe
set up
later.
the basics, right? So I gotta finish the house. We have a dock, so once it starts raining, we could fish. If I run super low on food and I need it, we could just fish anyway, right? I need to get livestock and perhaps do basic mining
Huh?
so that I can get like a bucket and start my like maybe initial farm. Maybe go over to that village, see what they have there.
Definitely.
And I don't really want to venture out till I have the basic, metal equipment, a metal sword and stuff, maybe some metal armor.
How do you get
So
to
I may have
metal
to do a
without
little bit of
venturing
initial
out?
mining. Okay, so
It's
what
not
I mean,
gonna
like,
just
you
spawn
can't
in
really
the
do much, so you
house?
have everything
We're
set
fish
up,
for
right?
it. We'll get there.
Oh,
That's
I
what we're
forgot. We're
fishing
gonna fish
for.
for the
Happen.
bucket.
If you just go
Classic,
willy-nilly, you get
classic
killed, and all
fishing
your work
reward.
is waste. So I want to be sure that doesn't happen.
Got that dumb
Because
bitch?
we're in a better biome this time, so things might work out better. So
Because
thanks for
you're-
the tip. I appreciate that, but thank you. I will look. Everything we're seeing in the distance,
Uh-oh.
eventually I'm going to go check out.
Think we're gonna
Rest
bitch
assured,
here.
we're going to see what all this stuff is.
Any five
Now, guys.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Please
guys.
support Java Minecraft. I actually got mods working, if you can believe it.
That means
Please
tip.
support the stream tonight. We are a mere 4 support goals away from the Viewers' Choice Marathon event, which I know you guys want.
Uh-huh.
You guys are currently voting right now on the games you want to see during said event. So please support tonight's stream. Let's get some going. Let's get some subs, some tips, some super chats, some memberships.
All right, let's ask Joe Hendry what he thinks about that bag. Let's see. Does he like it or not? He likes it. Okay, on that note, we are out of here. Atlus, any words for the lovely people out there that suffered with us here?
Nothing but thank you for suffering. Wasn't it fun?
You're legends. All right, we'll see you next week, maybe, as it always is. We're going, I think it's 3 weeks in a row now, guys, so we got to be loving it.
Yeah, I was really impressed. 3 weeks. What is that? Like a new record as of late?
Come on, I'm a
good.
legend. All right, you're all legends. We'll see you we got the Sunday night outro for you coming up, and we'll see you tomorrow for the pre-stream. Bye.